Hi everyone, Editing Rachel here. If you watch our channel, then you're used to some more lighthearted music at the beginning of the episodes from artists that we love, like Kevin MacLeod and Medieval Lo-Fi. But tonight we're going a little darker. So I really wanted to use some more sinister music. And the group that I've used for years in my home games has always been Midnight Syndicate. And I really didn't know how I was going to set the right tone for foreboding and haunting without their music. And now I don't have to because they've granted us permission to use their music. The song you're hearing right now is Twilight from their group, and it truly has been the soundtrack to my players' most haunting moments for years at home games. So when you hear this throughout the episode, if you enjoy the music, just know that it's by Midnight Syndicate and that they have been creating music like this for almost 30 years. Please, please, please check them out on Spotify or whatever streaming service that you use. And again, they have granted us permission to use their music tonight. That's it from me. I hope you enjoy the episode. Bye. I feel like my voice is still not quite recovered from Gamma. So if it sounds crazy, that's what's happening. And maybe it sounds normal to everyone and it's just me. I don't know. It's been a wild couple. Oh my gosh, rugs. Thanks, Chris. Then we got a renewed subscription. Very cute. There's a hype train going. I love a hype train. I hope you're all doing well. It's very exciting to see you all. It's been a crazy last few weeks between, Gamma. Everybody knows that I went to Gamma and was showing Daggerheart for the people in the industry. That was a lot of fun and everything. Also, you could notice from my background, Kat, and Chris's background, that we have moved again. But this one should be final. This one should be the last one for the next 12 months.
Year.
So, oh God, yeah, until next year. Are you guys ready to get started with our whole intro thing?
Always.
Okay.
I live for it.
Okay, all right, here we go. Let's pretend like we know how to do this. It's just me that doesn't know how. Okay, here we go. Hi everyone, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Steven.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Kayla.
And I'm Justin.
And we're the Fate Divinities, a channel that does the intro twice sometimes because of lag issues and internet connection, but also we're dedicated to Daggerheart, which is the new tabletop RPG from Darrington Press, the publishing house under Critical Role, whose new system Daggerheart is formally announced to be releasing May 20th of this year, 2025. And we've been playing 1.5 since the open beta released in, was it March of 2024? We're at a year at this point, guys. Yeah. My birthday is tomorrow. I think it was right after my birthday last year that I was like, let's do this crazy thing. So if you are joining us again, welcome back. If you're joining us for the first time and you are wondering why the rules are slightly wrong because you're in the future, that's why. We're playing 1.5 and we're not allowed to play the new rule set until after it releases. So, but thank you guys all for tuning in, and we are jumping back into the game from our last session, where we were journeying deep within the mountain range of the Kinekozan Jags into the depths of Kymerghen, a city that has a floating landscape. Steven, do you want to tell us who you're playing tonight?
Tonight I am playing Tedios, a Cinia Ranger. I am a Beastbound Ranger, and my companion's name is Wilbur.
Fantastic. He absolutely
He's
is
a chicken.
Wilbur. He's down
Rooster.
here. He's a chicken. He is a rooster. Do you have him? Okay, great. Yeah, I knew he was there. Yeah, fantastic.
Glorious.
There's Wilbur. And then Chris.
Hi, I'm playing Tank. I'm an aspiring Tooth Fairy called the Brave Warrior, who has an eye on the back of his neck. And that's about it.
Sometimes shenanigans happen because of said eye, and that will happen tonight. And then we have Kayla.
I am playing Princess Honora Fiddleleaf. She's a Rivet Bard, and she is now a Stone Speaker.
That's true. Oh my gosh, what a cute little part of her introduction now.
Yeah.
I love that. Very good, very good. And Justin.
Yep, and this time I'm playing Delver, a Shrewman, part fungal initially, then currently borrow on a human body, and I guess I'm doing wizardry stuff and throwing mushrooms at people and trying to convince them to eat them.
Yeah, pretty successfully, all things considered, I would think that was a harder sell, but you're getting some traction, So.
Being able to flavor them a little bit helps, I think.
Are you able to flavor them? Is that part of it?
They're like, I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think there was like some spell that lets me kind of flavor something.
Oh, prestidigitation, effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. But yeah, so these are our cast. And again, we are in the Kinekozan Jags, which is an actual setting inside of Daggerheart. You can read all about it, even in the 1.5 release notes on daggerheart.com. But for tonight, we are in the city of Kymerghen, or actually in our version of the Daggerheart Underdepths, which I have Underdark, rather, that I've created, that's called the Depths. The cast of adventurers have delved deeper into the depths within the last session and stumbled upon Finger's Reach, which is the last bastion of civilization before you visit the truly uninhabited terrain beneath the city. Finger's Reach is inhabited by the denizens of the area, which primarily fungril, and in fact they did kind of take a shine to a certain extent to Delver, our Shrewman friend. He unfortunately has lost his ability to speak through the fungal network, which is kind of a mind-melding situation through an unfortunate accident bumping his head. But again, he has the eating the mushroom trick. It's really complicated.
A little bit of brain damage, it's fine.
Yeah. But in the last session, remember you guys, when you got to Finger's Reach, there was an ambush that was laid for you. There was an ambush laid before you, but fortunately not for you at all. Taking some of the notes from the Beast Feast campaign frame, the denizens of Finger's Reach had laid a trap for a boar to come through, with the bait being a little tiny blue mushroom named Truffle, who is a ranger's companion to Sidal, y'all's friend, Fungril. And the boar plan went out without a hitch, but unfortunately, a cockatrice had run in after that, which you guys were able to take down. And because of that, although they usually are not welcoming to outsiders at this point, because you've heard of some tense political issues happening between the city of Kymerghen above and Finger's Reach below, they were happy to let you sleep there for the night. So as we're sinking back in, you all were around a campfire, settled into one of the platforms, a higher platform inside of this cavern, okay? And as those embers were glowing down, I do want everyone to note that this was the longest day, I think, in tabletop history. We played it for several months. But for you guys, as you were bedding down for the evening, I want you all to note that as you were falling asleep, each one of you in your respective spots, you would have begun to notice, if you had not already, that the cavern itself continuously thrums with an arcane pulse, kind of a heartbeat, if you will. That blue energy that you have seen running the course of Kymerghen, all in man-made ley lines across the city, seem to resonate here more strongly. And they're focused throughout those spires, those great stalagmites that are the fingers that kind of grip and grasp this cavern area of Finger's Reach, cradling it. They seem to act as conduits. And as you're all falling asleep, they continually emit a low glow that dims and then brightens almost alongside your own breathing. We have a couple in the party that are less magically inclined, so Tank. We have Tedios, less magically inclined. Even you can feel the energy in the cavern. It would feel almost like a warm blanket around you. But for those of you that are gifted, especially in the arcane arts, it's more significant. That feeling is like a bath that soaks into your bone. And as you're drifting off, it makes you feel almost blissful, even lightheaded a little bit, tipsy. And as you're drifting off to sleep, it is perfectly calm, with only the sounds of the crackling fire that's beginning to die out, the light snores of Truffle, who, by the way, is Truffle's friend. Who is Truffle fallen asleep with?
Probably not me, because my rock stick is just yapping. I have it wrapped up in my sleeping bag. Like, I'm just sleeping on top of that. So
It's probably just muttering. Yeah.
I didn't do my short rest thing with it, or long rest thing with it, so it's going to be talking too much.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass for the next day, you guys, till he connects with that staff. Yeah, but Truffle is with one of you certainly, and he's just. Who is he sleeping with?
Yeah, I'll cuddle up with the little guy.
That's very cute.
Fantastic. He's there. I think he would probably be kind of cuddled next to the cockatrice tooth that you found. Remember that great kind of lanternfish? The anglerfish that you had seen. He's probably huddling next to it. And so as you're all drifting to sleep, again, just the sound of the crackling fire, the very quiet sounds of Truffle's little snores, and you can see the pinpricks of bioluminescent mushrooms and insects that are glittering off the cavern walls. As you are all resting in what I am kind of restructuring as a hallowed temple in Daggerheart, each character is going to earn 2 additional points of hope.
Oh my god.
Maxed out.
I love this for me.
Perfect. I wanted to get to that. I was waiting to see if anybody said that they were maxed out. If either the addition of these 2 hope would bring you to max, or if you are already at max and cannot add additional hope, then you are going to gain an additional feature. This feature is called Relentless Hope, okay? And it can be used as a reaction.
Okay.
Once in a scene at some point over the next day, okay? So not within this session, because Daggerheart sometimes has sessions, sometimes it has days. Once throughout the day, which maybe it'll be 4 months, who knows? Each PC, you can mark stress to turn a result with fear into a result with hope instead.
Oh my god.
That's huge.
Oh, and hi, Swole Initiative. Hi, everybody. It's Jay. Jay from Swole Initiative is there. If you're not already subscribed to him, his channel is fantastic. He needs 2 hope points in real life, and we all do, I think. Yeah, we're all tired. Yeah. So, in this piece, whenever you want to channel that in, guys, you're going to be able to mark a stress and turn that result with fear into hope, but you're going to have to explain what emotions or memories you're going to connect with when that fear presses in, okay? Who all got to take that Relentless Hope feature? Ooh, so we're all max hope? Okay, incredible. Well, and again, this is just, I wanted to use this as a tool to showcase the value of Finger's Reach. We've talked about it a lot. You knew when you were heading into it that it is this stronghold of this arcane power. But this is one of the benefits of it. All of the denizens of this area, they take comfort in being here. And they gain the hopefulness, the relentless hope that inhabits this space, okay? So, be aware of that as you're drifting off. Is there anything that anybody wants to add to this final scene as you're all drifting off to sleep? Also, I don't know who Thick Cukes is, but I love that so much. That's an incredible name. And hi, guys. All right, fantastic. So you all last time had marked on your character sheets what you were taking. I know that some of you were clearing stress, some of you were repairing armor. So as you're all drifting off to sleep, Tang, remember that it's been a while since you've slept on the ground. You have been riding high up in the skies above the land, out of reach of the faint divinity, the Glimpse, who you had formed a bond with. But now, as your lids, the lids of your eyes are beginning to feel heavy and droop, another eye on the back of your neck is beginning to flutter and roll beneath the ridge of flesh that covers it. And without realizing it, you find yourself laying around the campfire still as a golden doorway of light appears in the side of the cavern before you. What do you want to do? You let me know from here.
Ridge of flesh is awful.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I love
Tried
it.
that. That was sick.
I mean, it was
I love
good.
taking care of you guys.
It invoked a feeling, that's for sure.
Did invoke a
Considered a
feeling.
certain emotion there.
Not a good feeling.
So is my presence like
Leverage.
more ethereal or more like actual? Like I'm just up, I'm walking around.
So you have become accustomed to this sensation over the last few times that you have had these moments of drifting into the dreaming. I think what we've explained it as before was kind of standing up and being able to look down at your own body. But I will say you're getting more practiced with it. So you tell me what this looks like or what it feels like. What is in your mind's eye with this?
Okay. Yeah, so like in a out-of-body experience, kind of moving over my own body, I'll take one little brush on my little buddy, Truffle, my little companion, pat his head real quick,
Yeah.
and we'll make our way down that gold door.
Incredible.
He's my new
Okay.
good luck charm as he's around if you just rub his head or something.
Yeah, okay, great. And you're carrying him with you?
Can I?
I don't know. You could try. I wasn't sure what you were saying. You could
I
certainly
was just-
try.
Because I was cuddling up with him, so I was just
That's
patting him
very
real quick
cute.
and
So
walking
as
out,
you
but-
like pat him, I'll give you this. That you're used to it being totally incorporeal, okay? It's been incorporeal every time. But as you reach down to pet and that little hum in the back of your head says your finger is obviously going to pass through again, as it always does. You actually see it smooth the very fine hairs on the cap of the mushroom just gently, and you're realizing you're getting better at this. Okay.
Sick.
Sick. Okay.
With that little
So-
with that little bit of confidence, then I'll we'll make our way in the gold door. Let's see what's in there.
Okay. So this time, similarly, as you step through that golden doorway of light, I am going to give you that. This time, unlike other times, you're beginning to understand a little bit more of the sensations of entering. What is the dreaming? There's a viscosity to this passage that you actually kind of can surface through as you're pushing in. When you visited the Glimpse previously, she's always been in an orchard of her own making, her own design. So, expecting that this time, her comforting tree that she picks the golden fruits from and she can change into weapons and items of beautiful magic, you would be taken aback just slightly by the fact that you're stepping into a not so different cavern from what you just came from. In front of you is darker, deeper, but a cavern still. In the distance ahead of you, you can see something massive in proportion, a darker shadow in the space far to the south of this corridor. And there, feet in front of you, you can see the back of a lady of golden light. You can see just her with the long tendrils of her hair stretching down to the floor, and you see her body shift just slightly before she continues facing that way, her head slightly back as though staring up at it. You imagine this is probably your lady, the glimpse of the dreaming. What do you do?
She's facing the other way, right?
She's facing away from you, absolutely. As DM Chaotic Goof says, Dagger Master sending big be careful vibes. Never touch the button. I love it.
I'll tap her on the shoulder gently and whisper, what's that over there?
You whisper to
Point
her?
at I'm gonna point at that black, whatever that is. I'm worried about it.
Okay. So you touched her on her shoulder, her back. Where are you touching her?
I'm gonna say the shoulder, and I'm gonna try to do the same thing that I did with little truffle over there. Since I'm getting better at the little dream sleep thing, to make it like connection.
So as you touch her shoulder, your finger actually grazes her hair, and the tendril of light, kind of just a pinprick of energy on your finger. And you see her kind of shift slightly, and her chin kind of droops down before she looks over to you, and then returns her gaze in front of her. You're late. I hated not being able to see you for so long while you were up there. And now you have so many new friends. You're lucky I'm not the jealous type. And she kind of looks knowingly at you.
What am I late for? If you don't mind me asking, Your Grace. Your Excellence.
She blushes just slightly.
Please don't get mad that I don't know.
Everybody telling you guys that you're late lately, just constantly. A wizard. Okay. So you do notice that her wings kind of flutter just slightly as she kind of presses her hand in. I think we're beyond such formalities. This is why you're here. And she spreads her fingers out in front of her. The monolith. That's what they're calling him now. I knew him by a different name, but that was a very long time ago. And I don't think you'd be able to pronounce them.
You're probably right.
Jurgle.
Should I be concerned about this monolith? Is that something I have to watch out for?
I don't think so. He's holding things together. His domain is question and answers and possibility. He works in the liminal space between what is and what could be. Even the mountain, the Jags themselves, he wants and they want to play with. They never want to stay in one place, do they? I'm so glad I get to come back. I didn't think I'd ever see it again, and it's so thanks to you. She's gonna reach out and kind of caress your cheek. Very gently.
I think she's hitting on you.
She always has.
Can I do a flirt check with the deity?
Like, listen, you certainly could. All right. Well, I mean, it's gonna be a presence check, but we can call it a flirt check.
It's instinct. I don't know. Maybe you can get away with instinct. Can he instinctually tell if it's
if it's a flirty situation? You could. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do here? Look at the blushing that is happening.
I'll make. I suppose a presence check just to kind of feel her out.
Ooh, we gonna kiss. Okay. All right, great. All right, so you're doing so to feel it out, to feel the energy out would be like an instinct check, okay? Now, if you're trying to be more charming toward her or connect with her, that would be more of a presence check. So if you said you wanted to feel it out, what is it?
She's raising my cheek. I'll take the advance and say, like, well, my dear, what should I do? In a flirting way to get some, some direction out of her.
Okay.
We'll go
All
with
right,
that route.
incredible. All right,
So, shot.
This
You gotta
is
shoot
going
shot.
to be
You
a
don't shoot
presence
shot,
check.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Close mouths don't get fed.
Closed mouths don't get fed. This is a presence check. And remember that this is Gene's screen. This is getting hot. It is. Listen, this is going to be a presence check. I do want to remind you that this is with a faint divinity. In this world.
Yeah,
the
and this
faint
is a
divinity.
berry.
Can't let
Okay.
Wilbert see this.
You could close. Not the children.
Ew.
Okay.
No,
right.
chicken.
So are you adding anything to this roll?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to pull up my character sheet real quick. A little bit.
I'm so...
Can I use Courage of the Weak experience for this? Because I feel like I'm going for something that is way above me.
She's so high. Oh wait, I don't know. That might get anyway. But yes, absolutely you can. So is that a +2 to your roll?
+2, and then I'll mark the stress.
Okay. All right. Great. All right. Fantastic.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's a 12 with hope.
Ooh, take your hope.
But
Take your hope.
could I mark another stress, use my human adaptability, and let's run it back?
Sure.
Oh,
Listen, that's what it's
good,
there
yeah.
for. You're
Yeah.
part human for a reason. He is but a man.
Hey, 2 2s.
Critical success.
God.
It was worse.
Okay.
He's
All right.
Turn on a-
gonna win over this
Good
divinity.
job. Incredible. I can't. Oh my gosh. All right. So by the rules of Daggerheart, a critical success, rolling doubles in this case, you're going to get a hope back. You clear a stress if you have any. You get what you want and a little bit more. This is a situation where I'm going to get to do the fun part of Daggerheart, and I'm going to step back from this a little bit. Kayla is guarding from children. You tell me what you want, because you had reached out to her, right? What do you want from this situation?
Yeah,
you can
I
give
suppose
me a
I was
little
like,
of the scene.
I'm cold, Rachel. Children in here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. I was just like using this to get like some information or like direction as to like what I should do. And because she seems to like me, I'm advancing the flirtation thing to kind of get
Okay.
her like good graces.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right.
yeah, I'm just like gonna grab her hand.
He's just advancing a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just-
no.
so you're grabbing her hand. Okay. So in this moment, setting the scene, this giant is behind her, this large, shadowy shape. Her hand is on your cheek. You reach out and touch her hand. She's going to look down at your hand. I have to do it on a critical success.
Can I kiss her hand? Just a quick little
Yes. Incredible. Sure. Absolutely.
see what that does.
So you kiss her hand, and she is going to, from where you kiss on her hand, a blush spreads across her whole body, just a flush. And she actually does kind of grow in size. And you do remember, especially you, Tank, being from the Isle of Forgotten Gods, that the divine are fueled on faith and on worship. And in this act of worship, this hand kiss, you can see that she glows a little brighter, more luminous as she grows in size and the tendrils of her hair begin furling out around her. She immediately shrinks down, always larger than you. She immediately shrinks down to your size and is right in your face, and she looks closely at you. All right. Here. And she's going to begin extending her arms out, and where she's pointing, you see statue begin growing. And these are in the shapes of humanoid. You are seeing humanoids that are erupting out of the stone around this monolith, each one of them in the shape of being transformed. Some of them with pain on their faces, others down on their knees with their arms out, reaching towards the steps of the monolith. And you can see some light familiarity with some of these creatures. Do you see? He is tainted, just like we've all been tainted. But his is different. If he is controlling what could be possibility, we are all, you are a mote of possibility. He's trying to save them in the only way he knows how. But he's gone too far. Come here. And she's going to lean in and whisper to you. He plans to do it to all of them. And you need to stop him. I'm not strong enough yet. I can't help you fully yet, but you're getting there. Look. And she's going to snap her fingers, and you are now looking at the bodies of your friends, though they are just in their resting forms. Even Truffle is there. I would like, Anora, can you explain to me what your dream looks like in this moment?
What just I'm dreaming about just right now?
Yeah.
Can it be silly?
Yes, of course. Anything. Whatever you want it to be.
Okay, she's dreaming of the latest scene in her romance book, and it's Chef Daddy and the princess that he's preparing dinner for.
Oh yeah.
And they're just having a moment. It's very charged, but nothing has happened yet.
Great. And so she's showing you all of these, but it's like you can see layers, like a light on a screen reflecting. You can see the shadow of the person behind. That's how you're seeing into what is the dreaming you're understanding. A land beyond the ethereal, where you could step in and change the world through the perception of people. You're seeing that in Anora's dream as she is just resting gently. She kind of looks through and she says, you can see it too now, can't you? He's handsome. What about, and she turns, Tedios, you explain your dream.
So Tedios is standing on a cliff face, and at the edge of the cliff is Jimbo, and he's running towards him, and slowly the cliff is giving way, and he's just reaching out trying to grab him.
Why would you reach that? That's sad.
This is
being
fresh
horrible
on his mind.
again.
This is with that last day was really long, but it was only a couple days ago.
It's still fresh.
You can see as you're looking over Tedios that just a small darkened stream of fur is starting at the corner of his eye, from where just the slightest tear is
He's
seeping
almost
out
like a
as
dog
he's
too,
sleeping.
kind of you can see him trying to run in his sleep.
Yeah. Oh. And she kind of looks knowingly at him and then turns back to you, Tank. I was glad I missed that part. And then what about, and we're gonna, because again, I love this nature of Daggerheart. So you tell us, what does your dream look like, Delver?
And so is he also seeing like Delver's actual body in this as well, or just whatever he's actually dreaming?
Your actual body is laying there on the ground, or however you're doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's doing anything there, he's definitely like if he sees the body before he starts to see what he's dreaming, he's definitely just laying there with his eyes dead open. But then dreams still happen in the background. So kind of goes into that. Actually, for the most part, like Delver's like dreaming from his own perspective, but he'd be back in his normal body long ago, still like kid version. But then he's just doing whatever, or he's just walking around in his dream, being like followed by a bunch of rocks that just keep making noises, and it's just like the real world just kind of bleeding into his dream, and he's being annoyed, but just walking, looking around, kind of like looks like he's looking for something, probably trying to find home. But.
All right, sad. You guys are sad. Okay.
Wilbur's
right.
dreaming of a big juicy worm.
Him and Truffle, like they're side by side. In Truffle's dream, he is actually able to eat the cockatrice tooth. It's delicious. It's like sugar, but he just not in real life. So as she's looking around again, you are seeing veil upon veil of dream. Like if a moment could be made infinite and you could see all of the different realities, you're seeing all of these around you. And she kind of stands up. Again, her size always fluctuating up and down. And as she stands up, she looks down. I'm getting better at it again. And she's going to step through one of those veils into Tedios's dream. And as Tedios is running towards a cliff and Jimbo is there falling, she's going to reach her arm out impossibly long and pull Tedios's hand there to connect with Jimbo's. And he grabs and she pulls Jimbo back onto the cliff and they squeeze into an embrace, her growing impossibly large over them and holding both of their shoulders as they're there hugging, sobbing into one another. And from there, she's going to reach her hand out to you, Tang. And she's going to give you her hand as an invitation to try to enter the dreaming.
I'll reach my hand out like I did before, and let's give it a go.
Oh my god.
All right. This is a very difficult check. This is a very difficult check, okay? This is going to be made specifically based on, I believe that I had said it was presence. Let me just make sure again. Yes, this is another presence check. It's very high, okay? Are you adding anything to the roll?
Would it be redundant to do Courage of the Weak again, since I'm like trying hard things?
It's never redundant. Those are your experiences. Your experiences you can absolutely
Keep
use.
that presence.
Okay, cool.
To loot that body.
Alright. Shit, that's the fucking terrible roll. Okay, I got a 7 with hope.
Alright.
Can I do adaptable again? I don't think there's any restrictions on that as long as you take the stress, right?
You let me know. I'm not confident on that rule. I think it really is if you take the stress, you can re-roll it.
You just have to take
as long as you're like giving a resource, right?
I think so.
Let me double check just right quick.
Yeah. I'm gonna look as well. Also, Duckbird, get that presence. I love that so much. Incredible. Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to find. I know that I can. It's the human card, so I can find it pretty quickly. I just have to get to it. There we go. All right. So the human is right here. Adaptability. When you fail a roll that utilized one of your experiences, which this did because it was Courage of the Weak, you can mark a stress to re-roll. You must take the new result. So you can re-roll, but you have to take the second result. Yeah?
Cool.
So this is it. This is the scenario you could do that with.
2 4s. Let's go.
Ooh.
I can't believe that happened twice.
Damn, another critical is crazy. Also, you're
For
breaking
sure.
my whole scenarios. Oh, very good. Okay. Again,
You're
you
getting
mark
in
a
that
hope,
dream.
clear stress. Yeah. Listen, I was not prepared for this. The difficulty was 25. Okay,
Oh,
so very difficult to have made. So you tell me, as she reaches her hand out and you grab it, she's going to pull. What does the sensation of entering a dream feel like for you?
Say it feels like that elevator feeling where you're almost that like viscous barrier that you mentioned with the gold door, but like way more intense. Like some Star Wars, like when you're going into warp drive shit and you're like in the seat.
Okay. So you get what you want and a little bit more. What do you want from this? What do you want to do here?
I want to join the group hug.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you do. All right. You are going to, as you step in, you crash in, and you can there feel Jimbo as well, as sturdy. It feels perfectly real. You can feel the dust on his shoulder. Okay. And as you're there hugging, Tedios, tell me something you want. Because this is your dream that is being impacted in a positive way. So you tell me something you want.
I suppose, like, in that moment, he's happy because he's getting to, like, change what his nightmare was without even knowing what's happening, really.
Yeah.
But maybe he takes, like, a piece away of, like, Jimbo's, like, dream essence that was, like, in her like, realm.
Sure.
And then he can just have that.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. Yeah, you can, listen, mark that on your character sheet even, and if you can find an interesting way that fits at some point in the future, I'll let you use that. Thank your buddy Tank over here for 2 criticals back to back due to adaptability.
You're starting hot.
Adaptability's
OP. I'm so stressed, though.
I'm so stressed.
I'm so stressed. Yeah. Which I am going to use as well here because there has not been very much fear rolled at all. But I am going to use one of your, remember guys, here on the Fate Divinities, I like to use fear tokens that are specific to my party members. Our aspiring tooth fairy has actual teeth that I use for his fear tokens. I'm going to return that to you. Mark a stress, another stress, because as you lean back, seeing both of them, again, tears in their eyes, you can see the shape of the glimpse behind them both. And as you look up, she is changed. You're seeing now the glimpse in her version inside the dreaming, which is closer to what you would have seen originally. She is one giant eye for a face that is flickering, and in your staring into it, you can hear the sounds of hope and also fear emanating throughout the world. Her eye pierces deeply into you, and that point of stress is understanding that all of the possibility in the world, there weighted down upon your shoulder, is what you will bear. Her not having expected you to be here in this moment with her immediately reels back and looks down to herself. And you can see flickering, stuttering bits of herself back from the beautiful, person that she projects, and this thing that she's been corrupted into kind of stutters and shakes, twitching. And that's why I fixed my audio. And in that moment, the dream cracks like a literal glass cracking across the screen of the dream. And now we are going to move back to the other members of this party, okay? Because you have all been sleeping. I want to know your instinct checks, everyone. What are yours, not instinct checks, what are your pluses to your instinct?
0.
0. Okay.
Plus
Okay.
2.
All right. +2. All right. And then sorry, I didn't hear yours, Justin.
Yeah, +2 as well. I was holding my fingers, sorry.
Okay. All right, for both of my +2s, okay? You at some point begin to notice Truffle. The sound of Truffle snoring has stopped. And it's more the absence of that rouses you from sleep. Rather than any big sound, anything else, it's the absence of that sound. And both of you are going to begin stirring around the same time.
Who stopped the white noise machine?
I don't know.
You can see that Truffle is kind of trying to burrow underneath Bill.
Can I do just like, as I like kind of sit up and see that, can I do just like a cursory like glance around the campsite?
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Your campsite looks undisturbed. Also, Duckburg, she said the thing from the thing. She did say the thing from the thing. Yeah. like so no check required there. The campsite doesn't look different. But what you notice is that in looking down as your eyes are adjusting to the cavern again, across the way, where the largest part of the village is, set on the far side of this cavern. Remember all of those mushroom houses set into the ridges of the cavern, where you had seen the chieftain and also your friend Sidal had retired to for the evening. You were placed here as visitors right now in a time of tense political intrigue. You see a lantern moving quickly to one of those buildings. And then as it dips into there, a moment later you see a campfire light. And then that lantern dips with now a little bit more light in the camp. You can see the figure of a young female dressed in rags, even from this distance, running to another one. And you can see a light is lit inside of that hut as well. Soon shadowy figures are emerging from those and all going to that primary, the largest one of these domiciles. And the last thing that you see is that on the opposite side of the cavern, where you had initially entered in, though at the base, you see that the roots are beginning to plunge into the ground and are braiding themselves together. I would like you, because you asked me on this, make a knowledge check for me. You are laughing on mute, and I love that for us.
So that would be a 7 with fear.
Ooh, very good. I get to take one of your bath tokens.
You said knowledge,
for the
right?
fear. Knowledge,
Yeah,
sure. Knowledge. Yeah, knowledge, fear. One of your fear tokens, because our sweet little bath monkey. All right, incredible. So, because of that fear, again, the way the Daggerheart works, I'm going to evolve the fear in this moment, and a 7 is a failure. That's a critical fail.
Not good.
Yeah. So, what you're seeing is, as those roots braid themselves together, they immediately begin to stretch out and create, for the second time this evening, a different kind of doorway. You do not know what this magic is, fortunately, based on this knowledge check. But you
see
can
the tops
see.
of trees. I'm not used to roots.
But you can see that whatever is in the center of this threshold that has been created, it glows kind of a different light than the blue of down here. And as you're watching, through there step 3 robed figures, all in yellow, golden, and blue robes that are stepping through and flanked as they're walking in by an armored guard. 6 armored guard that are clanking as they are walking, and you are beginning to hear rustlings of activity from the village. Remember that you guys, where you are up top, are removed from the rest of the activity, kind of outside of a lot of view even. But these people are moving quickly towards the opposite side where most of the domiciles are. What are you doing?
Does that seem like one of our problems, or is that just like a problem over there?
I mean, that's we shouldn't let these people be hurt. I don't think they're just down here.
I'm sleeping, right?
I didn't get that vibe.
I will,
that's fair.
Lean over and just start like rousing people.
Okay.
And I think the village is about to be attacked.
What?
Okay.
My dream was
Because I'm going to use a fear token. I'm going to use yours, Tedios. So you're able to rouse Honora, no problem. She kind of wakes up from her dream about Chef Daddy. As you're trying to wake Tank, he does not wake up.
That's ominous.
Icarus too close to the sun on that one. I dreamed too hard.
And you rolled so well. Only good thing should, yeah. Gene screen, yeah, the first step to solving a problem is figuring out whose problem this is. Totally agree, 100%, yes.
Never ask the good questions.
I mean, I know some tricks to waking people up. If we have any warm water, we can just put his hands in there. I think that works. But if not, if we really need to get him up, we can just hit him.
Do we need to hit him? He won't wake up. She gives him a shove. She tries. Hank.
He kind of... Yeah, he's Mimi's
Cover his
over
nose
there.
as well.
Okay, I think somebody might need to slap him. It can't be me.
Anyone can slap him. I can send Wilbert over and peck him. I will send Wilbert over and peck him.
You do hear an outburst from the village to the side. You can hear some sounds.
I'm going to trigger a couple things real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to activate my beetles, so I'm going to mark a stress.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to summon my familiar, and I'm going to spend 2 hope, so it's another one of those little flying bat things.
So real quick, guys, because we're in 1.5, action tracker. We're in a tense situation, so the action tracker is on. How many actions would you say those things that you just did were?
2 things.
Fantastic. 2 things. I'm adding 2 tokens to the action tracker. For those of you that have seen or played, you know that there is stuff going on with some of that. But for now, we're in 1.5. I'm adding 2 tokens to the action tracker. Tense situation.
And while we're trying to wake Tank up, I can send my little bat over there and look through its eyes, so I can kind of get like a closer idea of what's happening before we just go rushing over.
Okay. All right.
So
you were trying to wake Tank first or bat?
I'm gonna do bat, but if someone else wants to try to wake Tank up while I'm doing bat,
It's an action either way, right? So just have Wilbur peck him. He was already going to peck him. I shoved him already. It didn't work. So I would say have Wilbur peck him and then send your little bat dude.
Wilbur pecks him.
Okay, fantastic.
Need
Tank, this is going to be for you. I need a presence check from you, Tank. Actually, I'm so sorry. This is going to be a reaction from you. So it's not a full check, just a reaction roll. You can still add like any modifiers you want, but no hope or fear. Yeah, 100%.
And you said presence?
Uh-huh.
22.
Hilariously, we're looking for a low roll now. So with that high roll...
What's the meaning of this?
You're still rizzing the goddess wherever she is, and
your presence is too strong. You are rooted to the place that you are right now. You need to have it. You need to be interrupted. So as Bill goes and pecks, nothing is happening. Tank is not waking up. Right. And I'm adding another action token to the tracker. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and interject here with things that you guys aren't really seeing. I'm jumping in with a fear token. I'm expending 2 of these action tokens. And you see a green pulse of light there in the village and higher pitched murmuring happening from that side of the cavern. You also see one of the denizens begins to sprint away from the village before being shot in the back and collapses there on the ground.
There you go. Time to go. Let him take a nap.
We're gonna leave him unprotected?
I can leave Wilbur here and keep pecking him until he wakes up.
Yeah, I was gonna leave my bird as well.
These people are dying, Honora. There's people getting killed down there.
Are we gonna risk leaving him? Like,
I mean,
we're just gonna let them just get slaughtered.
Do we carry an unconscious person?
Tank more than them. Like,
then we're not leaving Tank to get slaughtered. He's up here. He'll be protected.
You don't know what's happening to him up here.
Nora, you stay here and you guard him and let us know. Like, maybe you can just yell and like let us know things from a distance.
Okay. Holler if you need me. Good luck.
Come on, Delver.
Okay.
But you're staying here, Nora. I'm taking Wilbur with me.
This is very far. I need agility reaction rolls from both of you to see how far that you can get. I need each person to go in order because, again, of the way that this system works and everything. So go ahead, Steven. Or either one of you. I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say, could I use my experience dead weight because I'm carrying around I am a dead body running around, trying to, get used to dragging myself in a faster pace.
Listen, I'm down with it. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
why
cool.
not?
I'm gonna burn or use a stress instead of a hope for it to double it. And cool. Give me +4.
I got an 18 and Wilbur got an 18.
I also got an 18.
Fantastic. All successes, okay? So you guys are nimbly and quietly making your ways along. First, a long kind of bridge that is suspended in the cavern, and then across some of these root systems, getting nearer as you guys are all watching, spending another fear token. This one, I'm Delver. I'm going to use your fear token, your tiny arcane spellbooks. As you are seeing, the root systems themselves are beginning to climb up and enclose around this village. Large vine root systems that are enclosing. And you guys get there. What do you want to do? And remember, each one of you has to act separately. Or forego any actions, depending on if you just want to, investigate and stuff.
Are we thinking that the people are bad or that the plants are... I'm trying to... What's the bad people?
I kind of think it's the people. They just showed up in the middle of the night and they're just everyone's screaming. These people weren't screaming before they showed up, so...
So the plants are normal. Okay.
It's these smooth skins.
What are we doing?
And you'll beat up some of these smooth skins as they was described.
Are you jumping in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You tell me what you're doing. You come to effectively what is a crest in the ridge where you could climb over, but remember, these roots are beginning to close off this area. So you certainly can choose to move in. What are you doing? If you want to take a beat to survey, you can do that. If you want to just go straight in, you can. You are making a choice.
I want to get past the roots.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you're going in through the roots. All right. So there inside, as you are coming around one of these mushroom huts that is there in front, you see that one of the people in the robes has actually taken down their hood, and you see an older elven gentleman with long silver hair, and he is holding out his hand, and there are roots that have climbed up and are holding, do you remember the very large fungrel from the last time you were in here? It is holding him aloft while the other creatures are all kind of there holding each other or surrounded.
Can I do a thing?
Sure. What are you
I would like to cast Wall of Flame in front of that guy, between him and the bigger fungrel, and just like having the fire come towards him/us.
Okay. All right. So you're casting Wall of Flame?
Yes, it's an action to mark a stress.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. All right. So
it is temporary for your.
Switch that out. Absolutely. All right. So as you cast Wall of Flame, separating him from all of the fungrels effectively, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So as you do this, you throw your mushrooms to do this, right? As you're doing this, okay, one on each side. As you're looking in, what you're noticing is that the other two in capes are kind of conjuring with stabs that seem to be what is pulling these roots up and around, leaving just one path out, which is the road up to here. And as you do that, the man who has his hand extended up kind of stands and looks and tilts his head slightly before looking in the direction of where those mushrooms were thrown. You've used an action token in that case. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the action tracker. And at this point, I'm going to. So, is that a spell casting? Like, is there a roll?
It costs a stress, and that's it.
It's a stress.
It is temporary, though.
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. I knew that at least. And this is the one situation I don't like to do this stuff. But in this one situation, I'm going to use another fear token, this time to jump in. So the fear token is going back to the pot from jumping in. And then I'm using these to change those out for fear tokens. Guys, if you are struggling with this math, don't worry. It will get easier and everything, I promise. But I'm switching that out for a fear that I'm going to use. And as he looks to you, he mutters a word to one of the others there, and they direct their staff up and down, planting it in, and ice kind of shatters out from underneath them. And the fire is immediately doused back down. And you see the elf kind of turns his head. You can see that he has dark eyes. And you, Delver, know, based on the way he's looking at you, that he's trying to communicate to you telepathically based on the way he's facing.
Gotta eat one of the mushrooms. I can't hear you. I'll throw a mushroom at him.
Okay. He's going to tilt his head to the side. I think Kayla. Okay, you're fine. He's going to tilt his head to the side and then turn back to the village leader and look across to all of the others. I told you, disobedience would be punished. And he's going to use his action as you see these vines kind of wrestle around the neck of the leader and squeeze as he's there in the grips of this tree, okay? Now, I very briefly want to go back over to Tank, okay? Because you're here in this streaming. And as this crack has happened, I would say, given the shock of this, I'm going to let you decide what you want to do. What are you trying to do in this moment? Either within the dream, if you're trying to hold on and stay, or if you want to get out. You let me know.
Okay, yeah, so what does it look like when I'm in the dream and Ted wakes up?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Right? Oh, very good. Oh, very good question. Yes. So what you can see now, and again, all of those spheres on top of each other, what you can see is the cracks in the dream that have happened. Now everything is all converging upon each other. It's more difficult to tell what you can see, but you can see a shadow that wakes up around the campfire there. And then through, like, peering through the glass that shattered, you see it there kind of trying to wake you up initially. You see Wilbert move over. You can see the shadows having a difficult conversation. And then your friends moving away. So you have context.
Okay. Do I sense like a Nura's presence by me at all?
You can still see her shadowy shape there. Sure, absolutely, if that's what you want to do.
I go in that direction.
Okay, all right, fantastic. She's right there in front of you. And Nora, in the real world, what are you doing?
I'm going to smack him.
What does it look like? You're going to smack him? Fantastic. She's just sitting there smacking you. Okay. Incredible. So you there, Tank, are standing over and Nora, who is just smacking you over and over again. Okay. Would you like to try to wake up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this time you really, because at this point what you want is to get out. I'm gonna let you make one final presence check. This is going to be at advantage, okay? And Nora, you roll the advantage die for this. So this is a D6. We're going for high in this case.
Okay, cool. Because I was about to say, can I decline it? I need to go
100%. Yes, 5. Okay, great. So that's a +5 over there. And are you adding your Oh,
I got 2 12s.
Oh,
just loaded dice today, bro.
Very good. Okay. So I'm going to give you this, that there, as you, and you mark a hope and you remove a stress, which is great for you because you're quite stressed. So in that moment, as you are coming out of it, I am going to give you, as part of that critical, that you feel a last grip on your shoulder, although this feels more claw-like, and then you hear in your ear, the passage to the south. That's how you'll get to the Enigma. Go, be cautious, please. And that's going to be the last that you hear as you are waking up, okay? Briefly, you can see that the cavern almost pulses a faint light only visible to you before it closes off. You're awake. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna really quickly, this is very silly, but I am gonna use one of my little inspirational words. I'm gonna be like, oh, you're up. Great, which will clear one of his stresses.
Oh, so good. Oh, you're up. Great.
You're up. Great. We got work to do. They went that way. I don't know what's happening.
So good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I jarringly wake up out of sleep and I immediately relay passage to the south monolith. That's the way out.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how I know it. We're going south.
I love that. Okay.
Oh my god.
Right, let me get my notebook, but I think like things are happening right now. I think we gotta go.
Okay, now I'm not going to dictate any more what's happening. I wanted to make sure we were giving equal credence to both sides, but from here on out, guys, y'all are doing what y'all want. I am going to put on action tokens for the process of waking up, okay? And that's really it. So anybody jump in with whatever you want to do. I know that you guys know where y'all are. Everybody knows what's happening.
What's the difference distance for me and Ted and this older elvish fella?
So has Tedios climbed in? Because Tedios, you had moved, but you hadn't really done anything else.
Yeah, I was following Delver in.
Okay, great. So then The distance is very close. We're all theater of the mind here. I technically have a map, but unless we...
I was trying to make sure we're very close or like far, like whatever that was, because I would... Like,
y'all are within close range at this point of both, okay? Of like the elder there in the center. And this whole little area inside of these group huts and everything, these mushroom houses and everything, very small. It's a small plaza. This is not a big village.
I'm interested in running up and just seeing if I can just knock this guy out with a spell.
I mean, yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll run up, get up very close with them. And then, I'm going to cast Slumber and just try to knock this fella out.
Okay. All right.
It's another temporary one, but,
What is the process for this? This is a spellcast roll, yes?
I make a spellcast roll. On success, target creature falls asleep into a deep sleep until they take damage, or GM spins Fear to awaken them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead.
See, could I spend a hope to trigger Under Your Skin, one of my experiences, trying to, get into his mind?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, you are technically really irritating to him right now, so I think that's probably fine. Yeah.
Cool. Gonna be a fear one, but that's 14 plus 3 plus 3. So I guess 20 with fear, and I guess I will go ahead and use the that Relentless Hope one to just go and use that feature now to make it pass.
Okay. Incredible. So what it was a 20 total with fear?
Yes.
And you're using your feature to change it from fear to hope?
Yes.
Incredible. Wow. Very good. Okay. So go ahead and mark the hope for yourself if it's not already marked. That is going to be a success. And he's got a pretty high difficulty. So what does this look like?
I just run up and just shove a mushroom into his face and just just immediately just turns to dust on his face.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Incredible. So, and you are going to see that he kind of, and then slumps down into just all of the robes there on the ground. The root system is still there holding. Now I am going to take an action token, but the roots are there still. The grasping vines are still holding that principal person aloft. But they're not further encroaching on him at this point, okay? You do hear one of the other people in robes turns to face their staff to you and says, "Guards!" And the guards are all going to begin drawing swords at you. Remember, there are 6 of them, the one sleeping guy now, and the 2 other in robes with these. Okay, great. So, what else are you guys doing?
4 guys, come on.
And we start heading that way.
Yeah, I think we me and Honora can maybe head over there since we have kind of a crucial piece of information for our buddies who are surrounded.
Mm-hmm. Who are surrounded in there.
Okay.
So,
all right. So who's going first? Because remember, the way that this works, we have to do turn-based because you're going to have actions on top of it.
Okay.
So who's going?
It's Tank.
Tank?
Tank the Tank.
All right, because this is very far. This is very far. The only complication of Daggerheart movement, everything is pretty easy, but when you're at a certain distance, you need an agility check to get there. So agility reaction roll. It's not that difficult, but you have to make an agility reaction roll to get over there.
My God. 23.
23.
I got an 11.
Oh, okay. Very good on the 23. Absolutely. You are able to get as far as you want. Are you getting all the way past, climbing through the roots and up into the area with your friends?
I think you should. Nothing's going to get me out here. It's fine. I'm just slow.
I go fly back if I have to. I'll be right back. I'll use my little fairy wings and get a quick little flutter up to Ted and Delver over there.
Incredible. So you're there, and the village at this point, after seeing this, it's beginning to erupt into movement. People are grabbing each other and beginning to run. Remember that the outskirts of this area is closing in roots, but behind all of that are caverns that lead deeper into the depths, and you're seeing people begin kind of squeezing through roots. What are you doing?
Also, I'm yelling to the south. for everybody, so everybody knows.
Okay.
South
All
tunnel,
right.
South tunnel. So all the
The guards kind
villagers
of
to
look
get out
at
to.
you and look like hearing your words and look at each other.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all, guards.
Not you, everybody else.
You guys.
Okay. What else are you doing though? Because that's, I mean, we're not playing Dungeons and Dragons, but you've
I
done
can still
movement,
attack,
you've done-
right?
Yes,
with that
absolutely. Are you attacking?
Awesome.
Sure.
For sure.
What
for
are-
sure.
what are you
I
attacking?
won't attack the Slumber guy because that wakes him up from my memory. So the guard that just unsheathed the sword. I don't think there's
Sure.
a map, right?
There's
It's,
I don't
map.
have the map prepared because I really, guys, I did not expect this to go quite. I mean, like, I technically have the map, but I would take a second to set up. Like, but yeah, who is spy in our little area? We could go into the map. We could do it. I could set it
Sure.
up. Yeah, 100%. It'll be real.
So I
quick.
can just
It'll
tell
be
you,
real
like,
quick.
kind of my plan is just to like carve a way for
Yeah.
Nora and everyone to get to where we gotta go.
Yeah.
This feels like a get to the monolith situation.
You guys tell me. I want intentions from the group real quick. Because if y'all's intention is to try to fight it out, I'll set up the map. Let's get that going. If y'all's intention is to try to get away, then we'll theater of the mind this. What is the intention of the group?
If we were going to run away, we shouldn't have come over here.
Yeah, I think we should fight. I plan on throwing some fireflies here in just a second. I was just letting people get settled.
All right. So it
cool.
sounds like
Then
the group.
since I'm already action deep, I'll just do a sword attack and then we'll move it over to 10.
All right, guys. So what are y'all doing?
I used that attack since I moved, you know what I mean? That way we get the full value out of that action or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're attacking the first guard, right?
Yeah. And then I feel like you're going to think I'm lying, but I hit 2 4s, so I got a crit again.
Oh, God, incredible. Okay, do you remember the brutal critical math? Do you remember how to do it? You're going to take the maximum damage that you would have done, and then you're going to roll on top of that. So what is your maximum damage that you would do here?
The maximum would be 27.
Ooh, okay. And now go ahead and roll on top of that. This is crazy. If you guys, don't do this.
Plus 19. So I hit him for
Okay.
46.
46 points of damage. Okay, so let me just real quick take a look here. So we have 46. Jesus. Okay, that is going to take out 2 of them. So as you do this, one of the creatures that you are taking out, because these are effectively minions, they're strong minions, but you're taking out the one that is close to him as well, this one. So as you are attacking, what does it look like as you're stabbing through 2 of these guys? And again, it is a press of people at this point kind of running through. What does it look like?
Yeah, I flying in, just rush in, stab one in the stomach, grab his sword, and throw it into the other guy. And it just hits like a bullseye on here.
Very good. Very good. Okay, I love that. That's fantastic. Okay. And you marked a hope and you cleared a stress, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. All right, you guys, I'm not going to jump in just yet because you guys are on a roll. So what else are y'all doing?
I am going to bounce kind of into the center. And I will... I'm going to whisper to my fireflies in my fur, and I'm going to tell them the shiny ones and the ones with hoods, but not the sleeping one. And I'm going to spread my fireflies through the crowd, but just targeting the individuals that the knights and then the 2 other hooded figures.
Ooh, very good. Oh, that's right. Oh, you have the multi-attack. Ooh.
And I just got a double 12, so I just crit too.
Oh my God!
It's
What
in
is
the
that?
air. It's in the water
This
today.
is y'all are insane. I hate this. I hate this for me. Oh my God!
I forgot to call out one of my
Gotcha.
abilities that triggered earlier too, because on my roll that got me that 20, I had an 11 and a 3, and one of my things is like if I roll, like I get to pick a number after a long rest between like 1 and 12. I pick 3,
Okay.
so like with that,
Okay.
I got one of my stress back too.
Duckburg says
No,
crit
I was already-
happens. Crit sure does for me. Jesus Christ, you guys. Ugh. How about these? Come on, babies. Just wait. I haven't really rolled yet. It's coming. Okay. All right.
So that would be 30 points of damage to the two hooded figures and then the rest of the soldiers. 30
points of damage? Okay, well listen, Jesus Christ. So all of the guards, I hate this for me. But all of the guards are gonna drop on that big of a hit. So all of the guards at this, start kissing your dice, everybody. All of the guards, what does it look like as that's happening to them?
Oh my god.
So the Fireflies, a handful of them land on each of the guards and start crawling down into their armor, and then you see burst of heat from where they're catching flame under the armor and things.
I hate this. Yeah, just screaming and running. Screaming and running, incredible. All the roots, by the way, are going to stop growing. They are still there, okay? There aren't tons of gaps in there, but incredible. All right, fantastic. And then for the other two guys, these creatures are flickering on them. On one of them, as they land on them, you see that the insects disintegrate off of them. The other one, though, is kind of patting on, trying to get rid of them, and is taking damage. As you can see, little singe spots. The hood falls off of this one, and you actually see a Inferis female. She has tight hair back and a circlet. Her eyes that are flickering look up and see you immediately, and she lowers her gaze. And at this point, I would be stupid not to jump in. So I'm going to be jumping in.
The big angry monkey mouth with all the sharp pointy teeth.
Yeah. Okay, now listen. Okay, guys, now listen. We real quick, game talk. We gotta do really good because they're really fucking us up, and this was meant to be a real bad, scary encounter. Okay. All right, good. All right. So here we go. Okay, so
turn into a socially awkward thing. Just kill them all. It's who are those guys?
It would be so weird, truly based on y'all don't know who these are, but I do. It'd be really weird if they died here. Okay, I am going to be expending for a fear token there. But I've already jumped in, so we're good. And now it's time for actions, baby. The first one first, I'm going to mark a stress with that creature. This is really what I'm using as my basis for jumping in, because this one has retaliation. I get to mark a stress when this takes damage from you within this close range to make an immediate basic attack against you. Okay, you're the one from Silver Dragon Games. Let's go. What is that? Okay, so 14 plus the 5 that I get is 19 to hit on that one. All right, fantastic. Okay, great. So this is tough. Okay. Oh, no, it's not that big. All right, let's go real quick over here. Ooh, good. Okay, that is 29 points of magic damage to you as you see that the staff begins to emanate pulses of red that begin a fire snake around the staff that then grow up and flood into you.
Can I toss a little mushroom just over there and just block the whole thing?
Is there a reaction based on this?
Yep.
What is this?
I'm just going to do my once a long rest arcane deflection. I spend a hope and negate all incoming damage on a single attack.
Listen, yes, you absolutely can. What does it look like? Is it throwing up a shield?
Literally, I'm just this is coming at him. I just toss a little mushroom and it just takes the whole hit, and it gets destroyed and obliterated by it.
Oh,
but then just
horrible! I should never have given you guys a rest. Okay, all right, no problem. So. All right, here we go. So instead, as that kind of washes and crests over, and you can see that the tiefling's eyes, their glittering fire, kind of are looking around, and you can see instead a black energy is seeping off, because now it's formally transitioning into my move. That was just reactions. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a fear. And at this point, as this black inky energy is seeping out of them, I am using Battle Lust. So this, I am spending that fear to boil the blood of all targets within a far range. You can all literally feel yourselves kind of beginning to, your legs begin to shake and stuff. For the rest of this scene, you are using a D20 as your fear die instead of a D12. Brutal. Change your fear dies out. They're not D12s anymore. D20s become your fear die.
But not me, right? I'm too far away, surely.
You're too far. You're absolutely too far.
Not me, right?
Not me.
Yeah, listen,
I'm not even in there yet.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you failed that check with an 11. You ain't nowhere close. Right. Okay, great. So at this point, y'all all have that. This person, do they have an... Good. All right. So the next person is going to come in, and they, you can see that the tiefling looks to the other one, the one still with their hood down. Their hood is facing them. I am going to exchange these two fear tokens these two action tokens to make a fear that I am going to have be this person walking past and just speaks a word down to the ears of the elf, who kind of tilts their head up and is going to look at all of you with disgust. He's back in the game at that point. This was just a fear token. No, I hate it. And now I am going to... No, I don't want to do that. I am going to go ahead and make the standard attack against... I'm going to do it against... you. Oh, I can't kill Delver again. It's gonna be Tedios again. So I'm using the same thing. Here we go. That is a 19 again. Fantastic. Yeah. That's the same modifier, and you can't take it all away again. All right, so 8, 9, 10, 12. That is a 32 points of damage, unless there's some other shenanigans I'm missing.
32 points of damage. What kind of attack is this?
32 points of damage. This is magical.
Is it ranged?
This is magical damage. Yes, it is technically ranged. Absolutely, yeah. It's within close range, but it is technically a ranged attack. As this is seeping that black inky out of this person's staff, which has kind of affixed a black amethyst stone on the end of it, or an amethyst tinged with black, rather. Sorry.
You said 32 points of damage?
32 points of damage.
So my Lin Screen armor lets me add my proficiency when it's a ranged attack to my armor score, so that bumps my armor score to 16.
Okay.
And I will use 2 armor slots to just absorb the whole bit of it.
Okay.
And
all
just
right.
like the screen.
I'm so sorry. Just to clarify, your armor is only half effective against this specific attack.
Oh, okay. Well, I will...
So as this is seeping into you and you're beginning to push your armor, you're feeling it tear and rip more quickly than you're used to. There's something decaying in the magic that is this type.
Okay. I think I can still do this then. I'll still use 2 armor slots. That will reduce it to minor damage. Because you said it's 32, right? Yeah.
32.
Okay.
32.
Just making sure I'm doing my math right. Reduces it to minor damage.
I know, the math is complicated.
And then I am gonna roll a d6, and if I get a 5 or a 6, I'll take no damage because of thick skin.
Okay. Well, let's go, thick skin.
Got a 1. So I take a point of damage, yeah.
Okay.
Could have been a lot
point of damage.
Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse. A point of damage, and how many armor slots down?
2.
Okay, what does it look like as this is eating into that armor?
So,
because you have the core skating at this point.
Yeah, so it's like the as they like go up to like absorb the blast, the rocks like fall rather than like returning to like the centerpiece.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay. Okay, fantastic. All right, and then I'm going to have... Yep, the last guy that has stood with my last action token that I have, that man is going to stand and he's going to look out across to all of you. And he's going to... Thought that I had that one, but I can't use that just yet. Nope, I can't use that one just yet. That's okay. I'm going to instead use this one. So he's going to attack against... Oh, yeah, all right. He's going to reach his hand and electricity begins to crackle against it. He's looking... These are intelligent people. So they see that you've already taken hits. And he's going to look across to you and he's going to lower his gaze and drive that electricity pass down to you. Okay, so I'm making another attack. That's much higher. That is... Oh no, it's slightly lower. That's a 17. Does a 17 bypass?
Still hits me.
Okay. So this is going to be, and this one is called specifically a miasma bolt. So this is going to be... Only 19 points of magic damage in this case, okay? So 19 points of magic damage to you. What are you doing? Let's go. What are you doing?
Oh, I forgot I have my beetles activated. I'm gonna take a hit and have resistance.
Okay.
And so I don't need to use an armor slot, but I will mark a hope to keep them active, but I do lose one hit point.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Now, the last thing that I'm doing is I am introducing a countdown die here, okay, as my turn is ending, because you are remembering that the chief is still suspended up in those vines, with vines around his neck. So I am putting a countdown in place. There's a D4 here, okay? Now, turn is back to you guys. What are y'all doing?
I'm interested in really just upsetting this old elf guy.
Right.
I want to just put him back to sleep.
Okay.
We got this fear D20, I can add to the numbers. Yeah, but I'm also interested in, using one of my Orderborn dedications for change. Nothing lasts forever. He can't always be awake. To swap out my D12 for hope for a D20.
Yeah, incredible. That's that's the Orderborn principle. Incredible. Imagine that you roll doubles on the D20s.
And then almost got a crit with that, but it was it's 23 plus 3, so 26 to him.
You almost got a crit. What was 26 with
it was an 11 and a 12. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So with hope, so go ahead and mark your hope. A 26 is absolutely going to hit him. I hate this.
Well, he just goes back to sleep.
I hate being a GM when you're like, I have this really cool idea, and all of a sudden they just honk you. Okay, but absolutely. He's going to, and you hear that tiefling kind of look over and curse under their breath. Is going to spit at the ground, something that kind of singes on the dirt there. But yeah, that motherfucker's asleep. Yeah, incredible. All right.
Sleep on the job. Y'all should go home.
Me too.
Tired. Go home.
Fantastic. All right. And are you doing anything else? Moving at all?
I'll start moving over towards our strangling fungus fellow. I'll see if I can get under his shoes, help him lift him up a little bit.
Okay, great. Okay, fantastic. Oh god, that's making me really sad. I watched the first season of Severance. Hard guys. Hard guys. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What else are you doing, guys? Anora, I know that you've been out of this stuff.
That's what I was gonna. But really quick, here's my thing. Okay, I'm not in melee range of anybody, right?
No, you are quite far.
Can I see anything that's happening?
Yes. Right. Yeah. Well, from where you are, most of what you can see is the root system that has climbed, and you've seen your friends first climb up and dip in, and then Tank fly through one of the cracks in the roots as well.
Okay, so I see the roots. Okay, so I can't necessarily see in. Okay. Do I need to make another agility roll to get in there?
If you're trying to get in there, you're still far. You're still far. So
you got some spells and stuff that can go far, I think, too.
Yeah, I know, but then, like, if I use the spell, then I won't get to help anybody when I get in there, because the spell will count. So...
Wait. Yeah, you would have to use it once you got it.
Yeah, if I used Arcane Door, and then I got there, and then I couldn't fireball anybody when I got in there. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you can because of the nature of Daggerheart. I'm sure your friends would let you go back to back.
Yeah, we definitely would.
Take 2 turns.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Guys, the fun of Daggerheart, there is no initiative order.
But
You're not
the
going to
thing
waste
is, Arcane Door, you have to be able to see. So, like, if I can't see in there...
You can see at least to the edge of there and everything. Like, you could see there. You can see there. You could get in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use a hope, because I'm not going to embarrass myself, hopefully, knock on wood.
Okay.
And I'm going to get favored by the saints, so Favor's going to help me.
Very good, very good. She absolutely is.
I know.
No, she never would. She loves you. You're her favorite.
Oh, okay. It's very good. That's 20 before I even 23. Yes, it's a 23, but it is with fear.
Ooh, that's my.
Oh wait, I'll use my thing. I'll change it. Wait, I'll use my relentless hope.
Relentless hope, you guys. Relentless hope.
I'm not gonna stress. Never mind. That was a hope all along. I'm putting that hope back.
Very good, very good, very good. Okay, incredible. All right, absolutely. So remember that you had started running as Tank was, and y'all both had like turned to each other and been like nodded and started going.
He's a faster. He's a unit.
Taking flight, yeah, and you. Then immediately like fuck this, and the door, right? What does it look like? You explain. It's been a while.
I'm gonna pop open my little songbook grimoire, and I'm just gonna make some signs in the air, form a door, and just yank it open, step through, and then go like right at the vines, and then crawl through them.
Incredible. So, and as you are stepping in, the scene changes. Outside it was dark and blue lit, right? You could just see this orange glow in the distance. From inside, there is fire everywhere. There is from leftover remnants of flame attacks and things that have been set up by both sides. There are people screaming and darting with each other through some of the last bits of root that are there. And there in the center, you see that same chieftain that is there dangling from it, kind of beginning to slump with Delver pushing up. What would you like to do at this point? I am taking an action token for that.
Can I use how far away is this chieftain?
At this point, you're within effectively close-ish range. I'm going to call it close with
everyone. I could use my long tongue as an
You're attacking the vines? Yes, you can certainly lick. Yes, it's time for licky tongue, everyone.
It is. Okay. All right. I'm using, and we're going to do favored by the saint again, because I like that one.
All right, fantastic. And you're rolling, and you don't have the D20 fear. This is good news. This is good news.
And then it's a finesse, so I'm going to add the finesse to it.
Okay.
15, 16, 17, 18. So it is a 19. It is with fear.
That is my fear to take. And again, guys, you haven't seen these in a while, but Anora's tiny, tiny fear crowns from her being a royal shirking her responsibilities. Always there in the thick of it, aren't you? Little tiny crowns. Okay, great. So
wait a minute.
What?
Okay. I'm sorry. I think I misread this. I am so sorry. It's you can use your long tongue to grab onto things. You can also mark a stress to unleash it with as a finesse weapon, and it's the D12 as damage. So that isn't, the damage wouldn't be hope or fear.
There is still an attack based on it. You take the stress and you're making the attack 100%. Yeah. So mark a stress, and the attack was a success with fear. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so it would be so it would be the 19 damage then?
Have you rolled the damage dice and everything? I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see.
I didn't
use
have
that
to roll
die
to do a weapon. Yeah.
Well, you're still gonna have to roll for the weapon attack, but it's gonna be with your standard dice. Yeah. Roll the standard dice for the attack first. It's going to be with your highest modifier, okay?
Okay.
And I think you were adding favored by the saints on it, so that's a +2 plus whatever your attack modifier is.
Favored by the
Oh, I
saints
mean,
3 now. Yeah. It's 19 again. It's 11 and a 3, and it's a 3
with hope or with
and a
fear?
2. It's with hope. It's 11.
Oh, with hope. Well, Jesus. Oh, I don't get your fear tokens. Take your hope, and now it succeeds. Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Nothing again.
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. That's great. I would love some more fear over here, but yes, you're totally fine. Go ahead. So now roll your damage. What was that?
I say it's just real scary for the bad guys. They get all the fear.
Yeah, they're like, why is she tonguing it?
Oh, yeah. Okay. 7. Oh my god. Hold on. It's a 7 and a 7.
Well, you're not rolling for an attack at this point. It's damage.
We'll count it.
Okay. All right. Then it's 14. It's 14.
14 is very good. 14 is very good. So as you're doing this, you absolutely, so I'm going to let your tongue like flicks out to the branch specifically around his neck and cracks it, and you can see he can breathe a little bit more freely. That is in the major threshold of this vine. So the vine begins to like shake a little bit, but it is still standing, okay? Fantastic go. That was with hope. What else are we doing? I was going to jump in with that fear roll, but I can't because it was a success.
Boost off of Delver next to me and attack that vine to try to help this little guy out?
Yes, absolutely. So we're using the boost ability in this case.
Yeah, boost ability. It's one of the new ones we just got. You mark a stress, and then you boost off of them. You perform an aerial attack within far range. You get advantage on the attack, and then add 1d10 to the damage.
Okay, great.
So advantage on an attack means
you add a d6.
A d6.
Yeah.
So I got 28 with fear.
A 28 with fear is certainly going to hit. I am going to take one of your teeth fear tokens, but certainly going to hit. So go ahead and make your attack.
Sick. And what am I? I'm D8. Okay.
Just to clarify, this was for the vines, yes?
For the vines, yeah. I'm trying to save.
100%. Okay. Very good, very good. Gosh, I see a very fat cat behind you, Stephen. She's looking great.
Okay, so I got 21, and then I rolled the 1d10. 25.
25 points of damage. What does it look like as these vines crack and release this giant fungal chieftain, okay?
I'm gonna whisper to hopefully the Fate Divinity through like my little fleshy eye thing that you called it on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
And say, you know, I hope you're watching, and I'll like fly through in a little spiral attack and slice the vine.
Very good. Okay, all right. And he is released. As it begins to droop, it plants him down. He collapses down onto the ground there, weak. But he is there. You do actually see some of the other denizens are going to stop what they're doing as a lot of this area has cleared and are looking back, and some of them begin to run forward to pick him up and everything, okay? All right, great. Now, that was with fear, which means I'm going to jump in, guys. All right, so at this point, I am going to go ahead and I have to use a fear immediately to have that same guy kind of sink down, grip the first under his chin and lift him up. And the guy is waking up, and his hair begins to kind of blow out, and he's going to turn immediately to you.
You got some bad head, dude.
He's not even going to focus on that at all, as he is going to be jumping in at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and have him do. Oh, I'm so sorry. Also, as part of your fear roll. No, I think it's a failure with fear. Fail with fear. No, we're fine. Okay, so at this point, I am going to now have him make that a different attack upon you, Delver. So I'm moving him into an attack on you. So at this point, that's a natural 18 plus the 5 is like 23. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and at this point, he's doing that same kind of magic as the arcane energy. He is going to try pushing it harder at this point. Okay, that is going to be 30 flat points of magic damage to you.
Cool.
Okay, all right. Oh, yes?
Real quick, I moved my guy. I don't know where the vine is. I assume it's like where my guy is.
It's there in the center. Yeah. You were. I didn't actually look, but it is there in the center, so you should be okay. Let me see. Yeah. You're good. Okay. Yeah, I could put him out. He could be this guy real quick.
Oh, geez.
Okay, nice. I just want to make sure they're not moving around.
Yeah. You're fine. No free movement. No free movement. Okay, so 30 points of damage to you, Justin. How is this being dealt with?
Right to the chest.
Right to the chest. Incredible. Okay, fantastic. Just as it begins to shine, you guys all can see within the decaying form of this captain, right? You can see that blue arcane energy is kind of lighting up his mouth, and you can see something at the back of the skull is kind of shifting uncomfortably. He has Relentless, so he's going to go again. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and roll. Natural 19 that time, so that's going to hit again, and then 28 points of damage. What are you doing?
Okay, so
Stephen just smiling.
So if this would be 3 points of damage to me, if my clarification on an ability here, say if I just took, or actually no, that'd be one more. Never mind. I guess, sorry, I have one more health than I thought I did. My question was around the Wizard's Hope ability. I could spend 3 hope instead of marking the last hit point. I didn't know if it would like negate all of that damage from happening.
Do not fucking die, okay?
I'm working on it.
Use your armor. Okay. You have armor.
It's hardly anything, but sure. So let's see. I can do. It's a 28.
Yes, this one was 28. Y'all have engaged very strong enemy, and y'all have rolled very well.
I see the vision with Justin's like new character though, because he can. We can fit him on a new body. It'd be okay.
Yeah. We just kill this wizard or this elf guy, and I'll just get his body. Okay. So I used 4 of my armor slots, and I still took 2 health or 2 damage for that.
Okay. How are you looking?
I mean, okay.
No, he's not. that is a lie.
I can take 2 more of those.
Yeah.
If
2
not
more
3.
of those hits? Wow.
Yeah, maybe 3.
Fantastic. So I hit you again. Just kidding. I don't. Like, no. The first one, the Inferis creature, is still looking at Tedios, okay? So it is going to, again, just looking very angry, is going to roll. And again, those, now that's not as good. 11, 16? 16 hit you? Okay. All right, great. So, and again, this is that same kind of attack. But remember that with his, that is again a 26 points of damage. But again, with his, the armor is, or hers, the armor is half as effective on this, okay? Remember, I would like to remind everyone that retreat is always an option.
26 halved because I have my beetles.
Okay.
So that's 13.
Yeah.
And then I'll use 1 armor slot, which is a 14, half the 7, which will get me down into minor.
Okay. Yeah.
And I rolled a 6. No damage. All right.
Very good job. I am
you used
going
a lot of my resources, Rachel.
I don't want to stress you guys out, but like,
you don't have to do anything.
They also have taken like no damage. Like they are fine.
How are the vines looking?
The vines are down.
Are
Oh,
those
the
still
vines
growing
that are-
around us?
Yes, I was no. They have not been, but I was
Okay,
using
cool.
my last communication here that that central person now, as he's standing up again and he's just shocked the shit out of Delver, is going to smooth back his hair and look to both of his compatriots, one still with a hood and the other, the Inferis, down and say, "We can finish them from in here. Close the gaps." And he's going to look back to the person in the hood, who's going to look back and nod and turn his focus back to those vines. I am, with the last fear that that I have, marking a secondary tracker. Okay, so a secondary is going down.
Is the first one's
Down
already
at this-
gone, or is the first
Oh, I
one
have
still
to
happening?
roll it. I'm so sorry. It needs to be a D6. The first one is fine at this point. It never actually ticked.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be a fear-based one. So the first one is gone at this point. He's okay. This one is a D6. I roll to see what it is going to be. Okay. And now I have it planted. At this point, as things progress, those are going to continue closing. You guys, at this point, I am out of fear tokens. I am out of action tokens. Play returns to you guys.
On to the south.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Go either that
Get
way.
a little dog.
Get scared, little doggy.
I can do.
Okay.
I
All
say,
right.
let's go. Let's pick up our little
I
friend.
say, yeah.
Some
scram.
strong person, not me. Let's go.
Graham! She
I
doesn't
still
want to
want
talk.
to talk to you.
Okay.
I mean, if
So,
y'all want to
what are y'all
grab
doing?
stuff and start running, y'all can't. I'm gonna try to attack again. I want to attack these.
You can.
Yeah, I was gonna try to knock him far away.
I'm going to boost off of the Delver.
You just go do it.
okay.
We'll talk about it or nothing.
These are springboard.
Damn.
I want to attack
He
these
said, that was a cool
motherfuckers.
idea. I would do the opposite.
Listen, y'all grab him and run, but we can't all run at the same time. They're gonna start attacking us from behind.
There's no opportunity here, right?
No opportunity.
Is there a warrior?
Believe, isn't there a little? I know that we can't see, but we heard him say the vines could start again now, and
We don't know
they're
what that
gonna-
tracker is.
Yeah, we don't know what the tracker is.
Could be one.
I mean, worst case scenario, that means we gotta break some vines.
Don't make me sick to my stomach.
well, you want to run? We can run. We can
I
run.
can't carry that guy by myself. I mean, I don't have no strength.
He's got legs.
It's got
That's
legs.
Helios, what are you doing?
I wanna attack. I wanna hurt
Okay.
people.
That's all right. I'm taking an action token as you begin your attack.
I'm going to mark a stress to boost. I'm gonna boost. And I'm gonna attack. So when I did the Fireflies earlier, it didn't hurt either of them.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, I did. Not very much.
Okay. You
Which
said
one-
that they haven't
which
taken any damage. That makes more sense.
One of them it did not touch because the one that it was
Infernus,
disintegrating
right.
off of. The other
Sleep.
two, or the other one, because you didn't
It was
attack the
asleep.
sleeping
The
guy.
sleeping one.
But the other one, it did hurt, just not a lot.
Well, let's see if we can hurt them all.
Okay. Ugh. These things always stress me out.
I'm trying to ruin our nap.
22 with hope.
Nice.
22 is going to hit. Absolutely. Which one? Oh, it's going to hit any of them. Which one are you trying to hit? Are
The
you
one
doing
that I
Fireflies
had
again?
already hurt. Yeah. The one
Okay.
that I'd already.
Oh, you're doing Fireflies, or you're doing
No,
a
I'm
standard
doing like
attack?
my ego blade, my claws.
Oh, Ego Blade.
So
All
I'm
right.
gonna
This is the
boost-
real reason. He's ready to use that Ego
I want
Blade.
to fucking hurt some people.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna boost off of Delver. I'm gonna do like a spinning, flinging attack at this guy. Let's do some damage. Let's see, 18. That's 21. That's 27. That's 31 points of damage.
31 points of damage. Okay. All right. Fantastic. So that will fall into their major. So you, as this is that spinning ego blade attack, what does the blade look like for you?
So it's like a set of like Wolverine claws that come out of like
that's
a
right
that I have. So it's like
yes, that's right.
spinning like Wolverine attack almost.
Okay, incredible. And you are seeing that as you're attacking through, there are gashes coming across that on this specific creature are kind of dripping a reddish but glowing, viscous kind of fire, lava, liquid. And as you're doing this, she's gonna I'll fucking kill you.
Well, I was gonna say let's calm down, but I don't think that person's gonna calm down.
No. She's still looking pretty good. Okay, all right. So that's your turn. What else, guys? What are y'all doing?
Is there any way I could get like in a line with the sleepyhead guy and like get it to where I could possibly, if I were to, push him straight backwards, where he can get knocked out of the vines?
100%. I would say that there's a gap. Yeah, I'll let you kind of more or less decide where the gaps in the vines are.
I'll try to wiggle around him, and I want to go for my power push ability. Just doing that spell. Yeah, I'll just go for that.
Okay.
It's a spellcast roll. It's going to be in melee of him. And I do have a question on one of my abilities. It says on a successful strike against an enemy. I don't know if that's strike has to be a specific attack or
no,
just
it's just
anything
going to be a
successful.
hit. I think that's just going to be like language that's probably getting ironed out. But yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So going for the power push.
Okay.
So that's going to be, unfortunately, with fear, but it's a 23.
Okay, a 23 is going to hit. Yes, absolutely.
And then for damage, it's so 9 points of damage to him, 9. And he gets pushed back to far.
Okay, fantastic.
I will...
So you can move him. You decide where he moves. He'll still be on the base floor of this, but you can decide where he's moving as part of this. You can place the gaps, Yeah,
assuming we're trying to go back out the way we came, I'm wanting to push in the opposite direction.
Okay,
so
great. So
you'll...
Yeah. So the one to the south down is going to be the exit that you're needing to take or expecting to take. So anywhere... Anora, you would have been in at this point. You're pretty close, so yeah. Okay.
So, assuming it's this guy, I'll push
him.
Yep,
100%.
I don't know what far range is, but somewhere.
That's fine. He's gonna be stopped by because this is kind of a tunnel and y'all are on the base ground, so he's gonna be stopped by the wall there. So he's there, kind of inside of it. Absolutely, yeah. And he is just past some of the vines as he kind of bangs up against the wall, and there stands, kind of looking up. You can see as the vines are beginning to close, he's going to begin striding forward because that was a failure with fear. Did you have anything else?
It was a success with fear, but yeah. I'm also going to use my second wind ability to just get a hit point back.
Okay. All right. Great. So with that fear, I get to jump in. So I have your fear at this point. I'm going to, wow, guys, scaring me. I'm going to exchange for 2 action tokens. So I'm going to take 2 action tokens, place those on the action tracker. The first one is going to go. He is stepping into the center and he is going to look down at the leader. Yeah. I will exchange those action tokens back, actually. And I'm going to have him instead cast at this point. You see he again is going to reach down from underneath and vines begin arcing around him, and he's going to slam them down on that leader and say, I said stay down. And at this point, that's going to be his turn. But I do have 1 action token left. That same Inferis person who's there with you, Tedios, is going to make an attack against you. I hate the not in-person thing of being able to roll in front of people once things start getting tense. Okay, now that is only a 6 on the die. Plus 5 is 11. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay. All right. Great. So that action token is back in. But so that person, as she is going to reach out, she's actually going to place her hands. She's going to try. You see her fingertips are exploding in fire as she has lost her staff on the ground. And she has like murder in her eyes as she is reaching forward, trying to grab your face. You dodge this attack. What does this look like as you're dodging?
Like I see her like so focused and leaning in on my face. She doesn't notice that me and Wilbert have kind of started circling around her, and Wilbert like runs by and kind of like catches her in the leg a little bit, so she just doesn't quite
like off. You see that her hands plant into the ground, and that fire like just an area of detonated black dirt underneath her, okay? Like charcoal on the ground immediately as her hair kind of falls into her face, her like slicked back ponytail, she kind of looks up. And now I'm out. So it's your guys' turn again.
Making my way downtown,
What do y'all want to do? Nora, do you, like, you haven't done anything in a little while?
Well, I think Tank is, because I'm trying to go in order. I think Tank has gone less than me. Like, I think he has to go one more before I can go.
Yeah, whoever wants to jump in. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just double check what I got real quick.
Yeah.
I got a fireball, but everybody's in there, and I think it would hit my allies too, the way that's worded.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, and I, just again, illustrating the picture, because every guidance will tell you that as a GM, when stakes are critical, you have to tell your players what is happening right now. As you are looking across this field, most of the denizens have escaped beyond the roots. The couple that were there grabbing the chieftain, because this last vines have buckled him down, they immediately begin falling back and are going to be scrambling out. All of the bodies of those warriors are fallen around you, but the three mages are still standing, looking relatively untouched and furious as these roots are closing.
Oh, sorry.
And remember that the roots are beginning to close further. Y'all can do whatever you want, but that is every guidance will tell a GM that they
is that what's happening? What's happening?
Is there a mechanic where I can help a
teammate
move?
You could. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
You could help action. Yeah.
Cool. Because what I'm thinking is I want to help Anora get to the southern mouth of the exit, and then if the boys want to fight, I'll boost off of her and go back in. Just that way she doesn't get left behind, because the agility checks I think I'll be okay with, because I'm an agile character.
Yeah.
Now that I said that, I
feel bad like leaving y'all. Like, I want to die here though.
Well, you're kind of ranged, right?
Yeah.
So you can still be effective over there, whereas like I'd be useless.
I mean, really, like, if y'all are like wanting to move that way, we can move that way. But I think,
and I don't want to discourage y'all from whatever y'all want to do, because y'all have successfully y'all are hitting the difficulty, absolutely. And the Inferus is looking hurt a little bit, absolutely. So like you're having successes here, but we've been seeing how big these hits are and everything. So I just want to prepare everybody for any decision you're ready to make.
I just have low strength, so I can't really be a lot of help moving the like chieftain if he's like a big fella. I mean, I can definitely help, but I'm not going to be able to lead that charge.
Is he dead or dying, or what's his thing?
Weak. He looks very weak because of the, but he's not dead or dying.
Okay. In that case, I suppose I'll use my turn to try to help the chieftain, because I have +2 in strength, which isn't bad.
Okay.
I think Anora might be able to make it if he got to. Whereas that guy,
and
he
I
can't move on his own.
try to help you get the chieftain up too.
Let's do it. Do I just make a roll for it?
What's happening?
I will even let the chieftain help as well, because he like sometimes there's that question of, is an NPC just doing nothing? And like a lot, I was planning on, if he had stayed out of the struggle, if y'all weren't running, he was gonna try to help attack with some stuff, and I was gonna give y'all advantage for that. So I can give you the advantage off of the chieftain even trying to, seeing you guys putting yourselves in peril. He'll try too.
All right, bet. 'Cause I just think Tank is the person. He's gonna try to get some of the people out before I potentially die in here. All good.
I know.
I got. He's rolled 19 and a 12, which is 20, 31.
With hope or fear?
With fear.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'll use my you gave it a name, but it's just changed it to a hope.
Relentless hope. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Mark
time.
of stress. Change it to hope. Incredible. Incredible. You know, I didn't think that y'all were going to get into this. The Relentless Hope was just a feature of this area, but it's really proven.
Is that a
great
one-time
here.
use?
One time, yes.
That's
One time within the next day, which great. I mean, we're spending the money at this point. Yeah. Like okay. So that is a beyond success with hope. So mark your hope. And I'm going to let you, so you're trying to get him out, right? From these vines. As they're grasping around him, you see a opening, a gap in between some of these. And he's going to look up at you, and inspired by you, he is going to, you see him kind of solidify and push against it, ripping some of the vines out of his way, and reaches out his arm to you. And you...
Come on, Chief. I'm gonna get under his elbow, give him a lift up, and try to get him on my back. And we're making our way.
Do you want to move at this point? Because you can do the movement and stuff.
Yeah. So let's get him to the cave mouth, right? So we'll go.
Okay.
Put myself on that little map. How far can I go with him? Do I gotta make a roll for that, or?
Yeah, I mean, like you can still get to very far, but like if you want to not make a roll and just move a little bit, if you want to just automatically succeed, then you can get up to close range. So you can get about 30 feet away, which would get you to the border of the perimeter. Or if you want to try to push your luck and go further, you can make an agility reaction roll.
Let's do it.
And for that, I don't use the D20. Roll?
Yeah. It's 2d12s for that one, though, right?
Your fear is still a d20 as part of this, but it's not going to count. It's just actually this is good for you in this case because it's just going to boost your number. It's not going to. So there are advantages. I love that in Daggerheart. We did a lot of that in closed beta. It's weird and interesting.
22.
Incredible. You can get all the way to that southern passage if you'd like.
Yeah. We'll get them all the way so that we don't got to worry about it.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So Tank, with him, you bring him all the way. You guys collide into the wall, and you do hear him kind of, though you don't speak his language necessarily, but he is kind of looking back at your group as those vines are beginning to continue to close. That's yours. Anything else? Yeah.
I don't know if I can do this because I know they have like the telepathic thing. Could I ask him to check on Truffle?
Oh, dude. Sure. Who was with Truffle? Truffle
I was sleeping with him.
Truffle was with.
He was hiding underneath Wilbur. Yeah.
I think that he's
cool.
riding Bill. I think he's in Bill's tufts, just holding on to it, and he still is he's very tired, but he is still screaming, just yeah.
All right, cool. Okay. Next one I gotta get out's Bill.
That was so cute. You're such a sweetie pie. Okay, great. All right, fantastic. So, who else is going? What are we doing?
That's gonna be me. Now, how far can I get without an agility roll? Can I get here?
You could get yes. So you could get all the way outside of the vines. You specifically, yeah. Is that where you're trying to go?
Yeah, I think so.
I could show you if you want to get here. You could. Is that good?
That sounds good. Now, my question is, if I hit this dude, with a fireball. It
Yeah.
says, on a success, you throw a sphere of fire towards them and it explodes upon impact. The target and all creatures very close to them. Who is very close to that dude? Is there any?
Okay, so let's go ahead and do one real quick. Like, I could do this. Don't worry. I have to find my big props. I have fire over here. Okay, great. So I have fire. All right, so let's see. We have 5. So very close is that.
Oh, so that would get everybody. So we're not going to do two. I'm gonna hit him with a power push. I'm gonna try that. Okay. I'm gonna let's see. Now I'm just over here praying constantly.
This is the one, by the way, focusing on the extension of the roots and everything.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna use Favor by the Saint. Let's see if I can do this.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It is a 20.
Ooh, a 20 is going to do it. Absolutely. Okay.
But it is with fear.
With fear. Okay. All right. So
it's a D10 plus 2, so I get to roll 3.
Okay.
We're gonna 9, a 5.
It's 2d10 because your other thing, you just add 2 damage to it.
It's 2. It says D10 plus 2. So doesn't that mean by my
it goes
modifier?
up your proficiency.
So my presence is 3.
Your proficiency.
Your proficiency, not your presence.
My proficiency, I'm sorry, is 3.
Okay, so that gives you the 3 dice.
I got the 1,
but she increased that while she was leveling. So you're
the plus 2 is just on top of whatever you roll, you add to it.
Yeah. But I get to roll the 3 dice.
Yes, you do. The 3d10. Absolutely. Yeah.
15, 16.
Can I use my Relentless Hope on Anora?
I wish. I know it's such a good. Well, I mean, like, let me read it real quick. Let me just read it real quick. I'll verify. I'm down to verify. Okay, because things are tense and I'm scared. I mean, every time that I take back stuff at this point, I'm like, what are we gonna do? Okay. Relentless Hope.
You're okay. It's just one more round.
I know.
I can take some more.
Here's the thing. It says, once per scene, each PC may mark stress to turn a result with fear into a result with hope.
Yes,
I say you could use it. That might get changed in final release, but I think you could use it that way.
Use my Relentless Hope for Honora. When I see her going to aim, I can kind of see the shaky knees maybe or something. I don't know. And I'm like, Honora, you fucking got this! Hit that motherfucker!
Fantastic. Okay, all right. Are we all out of
blast him to very far?
Okay. All right, great. All right, you go ahead and start moving him the direction that you want him to go, and I'll proceed it. Okay, great. And he's going to go all the way. He's going to hit into this ridge here. Y'all have been very good at keeping me out of stuff. All I have is 2 action tokens, so I can't even jump in. So what are you guys doing? Oh, wait, I heard from what you just did, but
oh, good.
I still can't jump in. No, if I get one more, I could jump in and act.
I look to Tim like, if we can move down a little bit, I can put up a wall of fire so they can't see us, or I can just put this person to sleep. That'd be funny.
So here's the thing. I don't think fire will work on this person.
It's more to block the line of sight.
Oh, I see. Sleep is so much funnier, though.
I'll do that. This is a different guy, because the one I have been putting to sleep is back in the hole.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That's the one you've been beating up, I believe.
Yeah.
This is the Inferus that is still looking at Ted.
Hey,
just hands in the dirt.
I haven't seen what I rolled yet, but I want to use my under your skin thing to get under this guy's skin a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to burn a stress and double it.
Okay.
I got gonna be with fear, but that makes it I guess from a 16 to a 22 to a 25 with fear.
Okay. Well, that works. And, ooh, no, with fear, I'm done being put to sleep. I immediately cancel it. No, like, no. We're not going to sleep anymore. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to do it again?
You can't. You roll with fear. It's my turn now.
Did you have to use the fear that you, or did you use the fear instead of going into
It's
your
both.
turn?
It's both. The fear gets absorbed into the cache, and I'm just like, instead of having the scene be that she drops and then gets back up, she's just gonna like beat you up.
She's just so angry.
Yeah.
The eyelids flitter for a second, you know?
You guys are
So it's actually your turn. You still have your 4 action tokens now?
I have 4 action tokens at this point, yeah. So, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to, God, yeah. Nobody's in here. Nobody's in here.
Would have like moved a little bit with that.
Oh my God, Tedios is.
Yeah, I'm always there.
Oh. They're all panicking is the thing, you guys.
They're just
I
so
don't know
sleepy.
What to do. They're just so sleepy. I'm going to. So we had that with fear, which means, and remember, guys, the vine counter is just clicking down constantly. They are all closing. Tedios is in there. I'm going to use 2 of my action tokens, convert to fear, and use that action token to click down the fear token 1 last time. The gaps that are in this sphere are now a sliver. There is no more getting out if it flips 1 more time. This is the stakes that we're at, okay? As that is happening, I am going to have the first one of my action tokens that I still have. I'm going to activate that first person, that elf mage with the silver hair. And as he's passing by, he sneers at the first one who's been pushed out, even though it just happened to him as well. He's going to say, imbecile. And he's going to shoulder his way in and look at, Tedios is the last one in here, right? Am I right?
I'm still over there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Delver's in there too.
Okay.
I think I'm the closest.
Yeah. All right. And Bill. God, why y'all want to make me hurt a chicken? Okay, so he's going to... All right, he's going to... Oh, yeah. All right. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so stressed. All right. He is going to make an attack, but I have enough to do his next thing. So, at this point, he is going to go ahead and swing. I really don't want to hit with this one. So, again, this is where I would roll in front of everybody if y'all were here physically in person. Okay. It is another 6. Plus the 5 that he has is 11. This does not hit. Okay. All right. So as he was reaching out his hand, and this time it was turning a black necrotic color as his eyes began to douse down and his hair just sleeks against him. You see his skin begin to actually foam a lather that horses get when they've been running too fast. And you can see that he presses in and is beginning to reach out. This is the second one that is physically trying to grab you, Tedios. He is trying to get your neck, and you dodge out of the way.
That is the move.
Okay. So he's not able to. And as you kind of lean past him in this, again, tense scene where the flickering of the remnants of coals on the shadows are pulling in and encroaching. Get in here! And that other one is now going to get us turn. That guy who still has his staff, and he is going to do his... he's going to try to trap you. He's going to try to snare you. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same thing on Tedios. I mean, Delver's been an issue, but they're smart enough to understand the concept of continuing to pummel a weak target.
I mean, I'm the one
you're the person
health.
they've heat the most.
I'm the one. Yeah, I healed up from only having 2 health earlier.
Good point.
I have like no armor.
I'm gonna roll a d6. On a 1 through 3, I'm targeting Tedios. On a 4 through 6, I'm targeting 2 Tedios.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, shut the fuck up. I can take the hit. I'm fine.
I got abilities to use.
All right, here we go.
I'm good.
That's a 14. Plus 5 is 19 to hit. So with this, at this point, those vines are going to furl out and are going to snare around your ankles, gripping you and rooting you as other ones are climbing over your shoulders. Tedios, you who work with a very similar magic understand what is happening. As part of this attack, you are also losing 1 hope. Do you have a hope to lose?
Yep.
You are losing a hope. And... oh wait, that's the wrong die. 25 points of damage as they are crushing you.
Okay, I'm going to use 2 armor slots.
Okay.
And
Are your beetles still up and everything?
beetles are not up. They went down after the last one. I didn't use the hope thing.
Okay. Okay, no worries.
But that will negate all the damage.
Okay. Okay.
That armor. No. Okay. Regular.
Yeah. I'm gonna trust your reading on that. So
I was just making sure it wasn't like the Infernus's attack where it was like
Inferus's attack. Oh no, not his. It's specific. That is an Inferus specific ability. Yeah,
okay.
He's not gonna do. Yeah. He's an armor shredder, or she's an armor shredder. Yeah.
So that would block that damage. I would still be restrained.
Okay, fantastic. You're restrained. And I'm out of stuff. This last person has, as the vines are clasping, he's moving in, and you can see them all look to the closing gaps, and they see the chieftain, and they look back to you. But there's something about this elf's posture, because you know that they should still be seeking after the chieftain at this point. But there's something in his posture that seems now unbothered with the chieftain. He has a different target. He is focused. His chin is up. He is looking at you. The chieftain is out of his mind. I am out of stuff at current.
Since we're in tight situation, we probably should think through like what can we do without rolls or without too many actions. I can make it. My thought was I can make a wall of flame kind of between you and those folks there, and maybe that can maybe burn some of the vines or help you with your thing. Mm-hmm. That was my thinking, and to like block their line of sight. That would just be me as an action marking a stress. That's my thought.
I wouldn't go make any moves because I'm not the one in there, and I don't want to be the one that gives their fear.
I know, it gets really scary in Daggerheart when
I'm not in there. Yeah,
you're like, it won't be me. It won't be me.
It's chance.
What's required to get him unrestrained?
A check, an agility check, which is good for him. But it's agility.
We let him try, right? Yeah.
I guess I can do that. Put that wall up, so even if you do fail it, we at least they'd have to spend a fear to get rid of it, or to have to go through it, take some damage, or they can't see at least.
Right.
So I guess I'll do that just to get the something there. So I'll mark a stress, and then
great.
Wiggle a wall of fire kind of between Tedios and the baddies.
Yeah. Let me give it a little tilt on that. Oh, it's a little tight quarters in here.
Or even if it could just be, I guess, flat and just put it on that nearest person.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. Yeah. I will have him because the rules around Wall of Fire, guys, are really shaky in 1.5. So I'm going to have, as you erupted, he's going to stumble back. Does that feel fair? Okay, great.
That's fine. I'm not trying to hurt him with it unless he decides to walk through.
They're going to stumble back as you put up that Wall of Fire, and it goes for quite a range. Do you want a big range on it? Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, we're getting a little imaginative with this, but imagine that is far as they've stumbled back. It is very cinematic, you guys. Y'all can see those 3 robed individuals on the other side of this flickering flame, just the pressing violence in their eyes as this is closing up and everything, and closes based on fear rolls.
I'm going to roll an agility check to see if I can get out of these vines. Agility's good for me. Is it a reaction roll? I rolled 2 10s.
Oh my god. It is a reaction roll.
So but at 23, do I get out?
That's very. I don't actually think it is a reaction
success,
roll.
Isn't it?
It's not. It's not a reaction roll to escape. This is you have to take your action to get out. I'm adding an action token for the Wall of Fire and an action token for that, but that's an actual action. So that is a critical success. Mark a hope. Remove a stress. Automatic success. You get what you want and a little bit more. What are you getting?
Me and Bill get out.
Okay.
And we make our way over to the crack in the wall. And can I, as we get to that crack in the wall, cast Vicious Entangle to trap these people in their little root dome?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be God, that was a well-timed critical success.
That was so good. That's why I was like, I thought it was a reaction roll. That's why I was like, it's 2 10s. Wait, it's not important, but it is. That's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
It's a 19 with hope.
Okay. A 19 will hit. Yes, we'll hit all of them. Yeah. A 19 is going to hit all of them. Are you able to target like an area, not an individual, right?
So I target one of them, and then I'm going to use a hope.
And then the others take damage. Yes.
Yeah. Grab
Which one are you targeting with this?
My best friend. I'm going to target her, and then from her, it's going to bounce out and grab the other 2 and kind of hold them down as well.
Okay, so she immediately, as you have untangled yourself from this and are slipping through and reaching back to cast this, right? She has already started pushing her heel, the most athletic of the 3, her heel in, and is beginning to run at you as vines grasp one of her wrists, pulling her off balance, and then the other one, her feet climbing, and she's rooted there, and then they stretch out to grab the other 2, pulling them in. It does damage, right?
Yeah. The most minimum amount of damage. It did 2 points of damage.
That's minor for all of them, but that's a point, baby. Okay, great. Okay, so minor damage for all of them. They are still looking okay, all of them. But they are all now rooted to this. And just again, guys, Daggerheart really focuses on the cinema of the game and everything. Cindo Window being like, woo, in chat. I agree, Cindo Window. I was stressed. Daggerheart focuses on the cinema of... Sorry, my cat's being crazy in the corner. Daggerheart focuses on the cinematic nature of the scene. I want to reward what just happened here with that critical. I technically have a lot here, or not a lot. I have no fear and only 3 action tokens. But I think that in this case, because of what just happened here, now you can't dawdle, but I'm going to take these 2 action tokens and I'm going to turn them in, because at that last moment, the one there wrenched in the vines is going to try to make just a mistimed final push, trying to push his power into closing around you. And as your arm is reached back there, trying to prevent them, you feel that begin to close on your forearm, and you just snatch it out as Bill there with Truffle just screaming as they dip through. And this closes there. You can see all of them entwined, ripping and snatching at it as it closes down. You are all there on the other side. What are you doing?
We should probably leave, but like, kind of as we're kind of running away, I want to try to ask our little fungal friend here. I think I'm still connected to him. If not, I'll shove a quick mushroom in his mouth. It's like, who are they? Why are
Which
they pissed
one are
off?
you talking to? You're talking to the chieftain? Because you had connected to Sidal.
Yeah, I'll reconnect to old fella.
I want to note one thing. I don't know that this is how the spell works. But
for my telepathy one, I just pick a person. I don't have to.
I know.
Okay.
This is more cinematic. This is more of the storytelling than anything else.
Okay.
You were connected to Sidal, the ranger that was the owner of Truffle. That continues forever, like we based on the principles that we have.
Until I cast the spell
until
again.
you cast the spell again. I understand. I would like to note that as you go to move that over, you're noticing that the tether isn't there anymore.
Okay.
And you are thinking back to the only person that you saw go down at the very beginning of the combat from a distance.
Truffle's person?
But you move the spell over to the chieftain, and I am not going to do the voice because it's just very hard on the throat, you guys.
Yeah.
What was the question that you asked him?
Who were they? Why are they pissed off? Like as we're running.
There's no time. We have to go. And he's going to
both.
go. And he's going to begin as you are all coming into the area. He's focusing on moving down this tunnel, which as you guys are all looking, it actually is open air to a certain extent. And then a geyser shifts up and you see rock that is there. You all move past. He says, keep running. And as you're running past, the geysers underneath are shifting rock into your path that you are racing across as the ones behind you are falling down. I want agility reaction rolls from everyone.
We still have our D20. Is the scene ended or?
Scene ended. We're going to consider the scene ended for that specific. We've moved to a separate scene. We're back to regular D12s across. Yes, Justin.
For this one, you're saying we're seeing like we can see like ground up ahead or whatever where it's kind of becoming unstable and we're to rock it up.
Yeah.
Could I try to like at least on one of these occasionally try to like cast time lock on it? I don't have to make a roll for it until it tries to move. They actually have to, I have to make a roll to like for it to maintain, but basically just trying to lock some of those down.
Oh, incredible. Go ahead with that. I'm going to let you give the entire party advantage, okay? Because you are there guiding and locking some of these in place. Everyone add a d6 to your rolls. These are all reaction agility rolls.
Okay.
Ted got a 17. Wilbert got a 19.
Okay.
I got
24.
a 16.
18.
18. All successes. 15 was the difficulty. So and again, you are being led by the chieftain and moving through. So as these are moving, you are all racing across. Some of them higher. You stumble in some places, Honora, and the chieftain reaches out and kind of rights you. And you are all just racing past and everything. Again, the sound of Truffle screaming. As you continue to run, you finally hit solid ground and it levels out into a cavern as you are beginning to hear yelling from a familiar masculine voice behind you. And you can hear that they are on your tail, but prevented there at the end. Tank. As you hit the top of this cavern, the climb of these geysers, of these standpoints, there in that place, you are going to feel a light shift on the back of your neck, something warm and a little wet. And feeling, anyone that is behind you can see that the eye is dripping just a little bit of blood, and you can hear in your ears, "Run, please!" And as you push forward, you all hear the sound of shifting stone. And behind you, as you turn around, there is a wall, a sheer wall of stone that is closed up. I'm using my last fear tank, take a point of stress, as that power manifested that in the world. And you are all now here, staring at stone as you're hearing that voice say again, "Run!" And that is where we're going to close for tonight.
No
because
way.
we've gone. That was fucked, you
That was
guys.
intense. I had a backup plan to pull my nomadic pack, get sleeping sap out, and plead with my god to save Ted. I was like, dude, save, I'll give you like 6 hope.
Save
Like, whatever you need.
That was fucked. I was
Luckily,
so
he rolled
stressed.
good.
Y'all
Yeah.
really, stayed in there
close.
to the last moment. That was a lot, you guys.
I only got 2 hit points. I'm still. I only got
I got
hit
3.
for 2. I've got 5 left.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
fine.
but that wouldn't have mattered if you got stuck in there with all those bad guys.
Oh, it would have been okay. We
It
would
I
have.
knew that tracker was a
Fine, I would
problem.
have cut off his leg and we all fine. Yeah.
That was
Great.
stressful. You guys, that was so fucked. Like I was worried at certain points in the beginning that I wasn't clarifying the scariness that these.
No, we got it.
You
You were clear.
Listen,
It was going
you can look at the group, and there's 2
I know.
newer players and 2 veterans, and we're like, maybe we die, maybe we don't.
Yeah, veterans are ready to die. Yeah, and I
And the whole time I was just like, it's going fine. This is going great. I'm making a fool of this guy.
Yeah.
The pound in me was speaking. I was like,
so.
we gotta go.
I would have rolled y'all off and not cared about it. No, we're not doing
Goodbye.
this. Not this quickly. No.
I could see at one point the life leave Kayla's eyes. She's like,
It was when I was like, yeah, we need to make our way out. They let us get through the whole explanation, and they were like, bitch, nah. We're not gonna do it.
We gotta attack.
Yeah, not even like a little bit of sway there.
Let me say all that.
You were like, we gotta
Listen,
move this guy, and I was like, I'm not strong. I'm not gonna be the one to move
Oh,
him.
It broke my heart when Tank was like, I'm gonna try to get this guy out and then I'll come back and fight to the death. But I'm gonna try to get this guy out first and then I'll come back and die. That's fine. That'll be fine. That was
the situation.
That was the situation.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like,
That was intense.
so yeah. Like,
okay.
you know, I'm not gonna, for you guys can decide for your own characters what you think about the situation and everything. But for any of you with instinct higher than a +1, if you have a 0, you probably, but a +1 or higher, these guys, it's like Sephiroth at the beginning of FF7, you know, like, could you kill him? Yeah, sure. There are like exploits in the game. Some of that is rolling all the fucking criticals y'all were goddamn rolling, and the relentless hope and the maximum hope y'all had. Wow, very good, but like, Jesus, God.
I had a feeling that's what you were doing, but that's
That's why I was like, if I would have I had 3 health at the end, so if I'd have got hit again, I would have got down to 1, and I could have used 3 of the hope to just stay at 1, and again, I could have done that one more time.
Yeah. No, that's not what I was doing. I will be honest, and this Chris, so like Chris and I live together and everything. So earlier I was like really distracted because he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I don't know what y'all are gonna do," because like in my head I was like, "I'm going to explain them as very scary, very tough," and y'all are probably just gonna be like, "We have to get out of here. We can't engage in everything." I should have. No. But I did suspect. I was like, there's a scenario where they just bomb rush this guy and die immediately. Because, like, woof.
I only caught it because I watched that Critical Role episode where, I don't remember what that guy's name was, the Ruinous dude.
Oh, Ruinous? Yeah.
Yeah, he came in and was just fucking him up early. And so I was like, oh, you can do that. So, if it wasn't for that, I would have fought all the way.
Yeah, listen, I love a good I listen, I'm a reader, I'm a video game player. I love introducing a threat that you're really not meant to take out. However, I have also played at tables with Steven where the party took out the threat and ruined my whole storyline and I had to fix shit. So I was like, listen, stay, y'all can try, but you might die.
I love winning the pre-written players cannot win this fight. Yeah. And just like it throws everything off. It's great.
It's so frustrating. That sleep shit, fuck that. Fuck that sleep shit forever.
I wasted basically 3 attacks where I could have been damaging them. That might have won us the fight earlier, but it was fun.
It might have. Yeah. Okay. All right.
The sleep was awesome.
I'm sure that we will continue talking after we go offline and everything. But like, guys, usually we close out and then we go talk, and this was just too wild. So y'all got to see some of the cool down behind the scenes. So thank you guys for coming through for what was not meant to be quite as stressful as that. I really appreciate everybody for coming in tonight.
I still had a quick out for me and Ted. If we like got closed in there, I still had the like little consumable teleport us somewhere else kind of thing.
That's right. Yeah, there were possibilities, but I think that we're all very happy that nobody died except for Sidal, and that's great. That was just rude on my part, and I'm so sorry.
Sidal, how dare you?
Yeah, Sidal, yeah. But thank you guys. Thanks into Window, Squire, Velocidad, DM Chaotic Goof, Sean, you're still in here. Thank you very much. Duckberg, Lasombra, and thank you so much for subscribing, Lasombra. It means so much. Rogerion's in here, Gene Screen, Spud Nugget, Rooks, Hitman, Rachel Tensions. Those are some of us, you know what I mean? Thanks, Nightbot, for being here. Thanks, everyone, for being here. It means so much. I know that things have been crazy and everything, but I'm glad that we've been able to get back to it. And I really appreciate you being here to watch me all, just shit myself as these people make crazy decisions. So, Steven, do you want to take us away?
So, guys, if y'all haven't already, we're on Twitter or X. We're on Instagram. You can find us here on Twitch. You should be subscribed. Or not necessarily subscribed, but following. At least follow us, please. Come on, you gotta follow us. Just a button. It's not gonna cost you anything. And then YouTube. We're over on YouTube too. That's where you can kind of catch up with any backlog stuff. If you're catching up with us, or if you're just starting with us, just you can catch back up. We'll get there.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Steven, as always, for Steven's Marketing Corner. And you guys have a lovely evening. Roll with hope. And we will see you here next week for more shenanigans. GG, boys. And bye, everybody. Bye.